I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of every music for the LGBTQI community and me. Between the hours of 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., this is Club Chit Chat. That's right. You know how we do it, honey. We're going to be talking about sports, politics, entertainment, and a little of this and a little of that. That's why we call this Club Chit Chat, baby. With a happy hour coming to you at 5 p.m. like no other happy hour you've ever experienced. So make sure you're around during our happy hour. Hey, I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of urban music for the LGBTQI community and me. Come on, baby, let's ride. Yes, talking about legendary. Legendary, we have the House of Garcon and also the House of Balenciaga. The House of Prodigy has really fallen. You know, Prodigy, Jacen was supposed to be in the studio today. And then it's just like Jacen is no longer a part of the House of Prodigy. So I wanted him in here so he could really give us the tea on what's really going on after the show Legendary. But these are two of the top three houses that was on the final episode of Legendary. House of Garcon, the House of Balenciaga, and who was the house that won?
The House of Miyake.
Who? What was the house?
The House of Miyake.
Who won, Shannon?
Legendary.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They stole all of our stuff. But Miyake Mugler.
Yeah, Sonny. But the reason Jacen is not in the studio is because, you know, we sent out the flyer promoting the show, and then we had the wrong month on there. We had July the 15th as opposed to June 15th. And so when he saw July the 15th, he thought it was next month. So he said he canceled his flight. So we're going to get him on the phone later on. But right now, we have the House of Garcon and the House of Balenciaga. They were there until the last couple of episodes. And what do y'all feel about the show? What do y'all feel about the show now that it's all over?
Do you want to start from the beginning?
Yeah, we want everything
Go
that we
ahead.
did not see.
I think the show is great in putting ballroom on a platform.
Mm-hmm.
It is great to allow everybody to showcase their talent because ballroom has so many different categories and so many different talents that make up the beautiful art form that we do. And I think that's what we supposed to go on the show to showcase. Mm-hmm. This is not all about a performance voguing show that, unlike what the world may think, and I do agree with people that it needs to be rebranded. Either needs to be rebranded as a voguing show or it needs to be rebranded as real ballroom. And when I say real ballroom, meaning that you allow the world to know that ballroom has different categories and the strengths of certain people and the weaknesses of some people. Because I have weaknesses, I have strengths. Other people have weaknesses and strengths, and we all see who comes out on top from that.
Right. And, you know, Stasha, because just to piggyback on what you said, because when I saw the final episode, and then they had the 5 challenges, and the 5 challenges were, you know, blase. Yeah, the 5 elements. And then I'm like, what is Shannon going to do? I can say, what is Shannon going to do? I can say, because Shannon her points are sex siren or face. So then you got all these voguing categories in here. I'm like, what is Shannon going to do? And then when you got out there, you was doing the duck walk. I said, oh, my God. They got my sister to I said, she was just trying to do what she could do, honey. I said, because all them other ones, honey, they have more.
Listen, they have
baby,
talent on that.
I told yesterday, day before yesterday, I was like, girl, that was not a duck walk. Okay? Bitch, you were down there bouncing, bitch. She was down there bouncing, child.
I was bouncing in 6-inch heels.
Girl,
baby.
that's why you had the 6-inch heels on so you could bounce, Shannon.
No, that is the hardest thing, by a performance girl. It is hard to be on your 3 minutes flat. And you remember when the money ball went a duck walk, they told us that once you get in a duck walk, you can't get out of it. So that's how I thought that you're supposed to stay in it. So
no.
I didn't know. That is not my thing. I went out there and I did the best that I can do.
You stayed in your duck walk.
Yes, I did. And I duck walked.
Yes, you did, girl. You duck walk.
You need me to duck walk now?
Yes.
You want me to teach you? I can get down and teach you.
Show me one.
She wasn't duck walking. She was butt hopping.
She was bouncing.
But
okay.
What do you feel about the show now that the show is over?
I mean, I do agree with some of the things that she said. If it's going to be ballroom, it should be ballroom. If it's going to be a dance competition, let it be a dance competition. Because I think a lot of people expectations are that they're looking for ballroom. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout the whole show. And I've heard people say a lot where they want to see more categories, and it doesn't have to always be every episode a dance challenge or, you know what I'm saying, or a production. They want to see more ballroom, and I think that's what the show is missing. But overall, I mean, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed just seeing all of the new individuals that's a part of ballroom. It's a totally different generation for me, so it was just overwhelming to see it.
Now, when I saw the show, and I'm not outside looking in, when I saw the show, I understand why they have the production. The productions, they do add life to the show. And then it's like both of you all said, it's a show.
Yeah.
And it's for entertainment.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest part of the entertainment when they gave y'all these challenges and to see what y'all were going to put together as these productions. And they were amazing. The productions were amazing. And then it's just like you said, I think they go with the voguing because the voguing is like the biggest thing for entertainment.
Yeah.
But like you all said, I want to see, it's just like if it's a challenge, if it's going to be ballroom, then one of the categories to break the tide, all of that, you know, it needs to be foot and eyewear. You know, it's just like, you know, modeling and whatever. They got all these different categories, so why not throw some of them in? And it's just like, it's not fair because you have people on there, like the House of Tishy. The House of Tishy came with 5 dancers.
Yes.
So automatically we thought they were going to be in the top 3, but they gooked us and they, you know, sent them home, and it's just like, oh, wow, what? And that's another thing I want to talk to y'all about, the judging. Because the judging was not consistent at all. And then I felt like they used the celebrity judges like Adam Lambert and the other young lady and Tiffany Haddish. They used those people to take the heat off of them. Because when they go back to the ballroom scene, and then it's just like, oh, I don't fool with you no more. You chopped me. I don't fool with you no more. You pick that girl over me and da da da. So they took that heat off of themselves, so they wouldn't have to deal with that when they got back to the real ballroom scene and put it on those other celebrity judges. What do y'all feel about that?
Let me first and foremost say that everybody came in as an even playing field. And what you said about the Teachies, they are an amazing group, great dancers, but they had 3 opportunities like everybody else on the show to stay in the competition. We can't blame no judges. You can't blame anybody else. That was on you. So we need to say that first. Everybody needs to start taking responsibilities for their own action and stop blaming others. More with the judges aspect. See, we know that it's not edited. We know the show is edited, so we got to see the harsh critiques. People don't realize that they did critique all of us hard. They just chopped and edited what they wanted on the show. Right. And so people watching it versus not being there didn't know that that's not all that they said. They chose what they wanted the world to hear. And it's sometimes it's to protect them and their brand. And so I get it. We walk balls. We know how subjective that judges' opinions can be. Sometimes people just don't like you. They're not going to vote for you. So I don't take offense to them. I don't have nothing against them. That's life. I thank them for doing that job because judging is not easy. But I do see your point where you said that they put the celebrity guest judge to come on to take the heat for the things. But that's their opinion. You just got to be well with it and move on. It doesn't no less devalue you as a person.
Well, for me, the guest judges, some of them I enjoyed, right? I enjoyed some of the guest judges. Adam Lambert was someone that has judged a ball before. He judged a ball in Austria, Vienna for the Love Ball that I actually participated in. And I won. So I just think that it's about them really educating them when they bring them onto the show of like what to look for, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing that they're missing. They don't really educate them on. They may say, oh, watch a couple of balls, but you can't just watch a ball. You need to be taught, you know what I'm saying? And you need to be spoken to, sat down, went over these different things so that people can really understand what they're doing by sitting there. And then also you got to respect people because, you know, the ballroom community, we rowdy, you know, and you're not going to sit up there and do crazy stuff and not think you're going to get a reaction or something back, you know? And I think that's what they thought we were probably going to be like, you know, silent about it. I didn't really want to go back into ballroom because I didn't feel like I wanted to be judged, right? I done been through that before. I done been through the judging. I've been through pageantry being judged. And honestly, I just didn't feel like I wanted to be in that position. But when I accepted it, I knew that that's what was going to happen. So I went into it with the mindset of any and everything that they say or to say to me, I can block it out, and I'm just gonna smile throughout the whole process because I know what you're telling me is not accurate.
Okay. and then it's just like what you all are saying. It's like I felt like the teachable moment was missed when Tiffany Haddish, when they were critiquing somebody, and then Law said, "Tiffany, that's not for you. That's not for you.
But it was edited.
That's ballroom. That's ballroom. That's not for you. That's not for you."
It
But
was
it's just
edited.
like
You was there.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
was
like
edited.
this is somebody from not from ballroom, and she's giving her opinion. And there are a lot of people that are watching this show that are not from ballroom, and they are feeling the same thing that she felt, because I felt the same way. Because it's just like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because this child has just like Vogue circles around this person, and I felt like Law, not just they, but Law. I felt like Law and what's the young lady name?
Megan?
Leon.
Leon.
I felt like they were still holding grudges against Honey from the week before when she made her comment about the shoes. Because it's just like when she came back that following week, they just kept on picking on Honey. And it's like, boo, I don't care what y'all say or what y'all do. Honey has just danced circles around this child. She has outvogued this child. There's nothing y'all can say that's going to take that away from her. So it's just like the consistency with the judges when they sent the Tishis home. And I felt like the Tishis did have a bad night that night, and they should have went home that night.
Right.
But they were not consistent on every episode the way they were with the Tishis. Because everybody knew the Tishis were going to be like part of the top three.
Right.
The top three houses, Tishis, the Balenciagos, and the Garcon. But then when they sent the Tishis home, then they went back to the next week, and it's just like, oh, now y'all back to, you know, being voting for your friends and all that. Because somebody even said it. They say, what you're voting for what's on the stage, not for who you think can do what and da da da. You're voting for what you do on the stage. It's like, but y'all haven't been doing that. You know, y'all do that every now and then. Y'all don't do it consistently.
Yeah. But then too, like my opinion, Letitia's production wise value was definitely on point, right?
Yes.
But for me, I don't think that all of the looks were. And I'm saying that because when you, like, even for like Tinseltown, I don't think that's the 80s. Was the 80s? I don't think that 80s was Tinseltown. You know what I'm saying? It was a fashionable look, yes. But when you ask for Tinseltown, that's not Tinseltown. But you still won the you still won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you were missing these things, but you still was, you know, it was all fine and dandy when you really know that was not Tinseltown. And I knew from the, you know, by sitting there like, girl, that's not Tinseltown. That's not Tinsel.
Can I say something? They looked amazing.
Yes.
I love that production.
looks-
Sickening. But that's what I was saying too, and I said this about several of the productions. Tinseltown, unfortunately, excludes our complexion. If you really know Tinseltown. And so you have to really dig in. It's very glamorous. Tinseltown is very glamorous. And that's what was given. We know, because we was there, we didn't have any control over how we looked, per se, for them stages, 100%. And so you have to give us a pass from our real ballroom versus
I did.
Well, I did.
I did.
I did.
I did. And the reason why I did is because I focused more on like what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Me and my kids, we knew what we wanted. If you're not giving me that, it needs to be done over, or I'm finna call on the outside.
And see, and I tried to play for, because you don't remember, the producers told us from the jump, you can't bring, once we start, you can't bring nothing from the outside. And that's what was told to all of us as a group. I tried to play fair, because the first thing people would say, well,
they cheated.
Shannon, yes, well, you got to do this and do that, but the rules was this. I wanted to keep it an even playing field.
Well, I wasn't.
Oh my God.
I wasn't.
Oh my God.
It's a competition. You know what I'm saying?
So whatever works.
So whatever's gonna work is gonna work. Especially when I'm seeing something different. When I see that it's certain people getting away with certain things, and I'm like,
I'm gonna use what I got.
I'm gonna use what I got. Right. So I'm saying, let me call my house at home. I want you to send me my fans. I need my fans. Pack them up, send them over. How much they cost? Ooh, they cost $500. That's fine. Send it.
Send it.
I need them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this hair. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to go to the store, get this hair. I need you to style it like this, da 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 da, and I need you to overnight this to me because I knew what I needed to look like for television because it's still a brand, you know. And my brand is my brand, and I'm always gonna stay focused and put that first before anything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to leave television and say, "Damn, I did not like that. Oh, I don't like the way I look." You know. And all of my reactions that I gave, everything was done on purpose.
Girl, you went in with a game plan from the get-go.
But listen, it's for me, it's television. It's a bigger picture. You know, if I'm going to accept this, I'm going to accept it to the highest, right? And I'm gonna do what I need to do, yes. And I'm gonna make some good television, but I'm gonna do it in a way that
pleasing to me and entertaining to people.
Yeah.
You know, so like just some of the things that me and the kids did, like we were just fun. We were having fun, and I kept my peace. And no matter what a judge have felt or what they would say, I overlooked it because I know for a fact, like when it comes to productions and dances and talents and all those things, I do that every week. Right. And if you go and pull up YouTube, you'll see some of the productions and stuff that I've done that I know that probably will be better than some of the people that's sitting there. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking, being honest. You know, like I have some really amazing productions that has been put on. And just because if you don't like something or you feel like whatever the case may be, hey, you still allowing this other stuff to get by, but you want to critique me. Because it was a point where they tried to critique. We did a challenge and they took off a point and said, oh, well, you know, so-and-so, you know, and picked out one person about confidence. No, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? So it was like just different things like that I would be like, okay, I get it, y'all. It's television. Enjoy. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I kept it.
And the same thing, just like to your point, because they did that to Shannon. That he made the comment about the shoes. Then Law took to the Law said, and you know, and then those people back there, you know, don't do that. Those people back there in costume, and they doing all this and da da da, and they work their heart out. And then for you to get out here and do that, that's embarrassing in them and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And for that, I'm giving y'all a 7. And it's like, okay, well, what happened to judging what was presented on stage? Because that was the comment you made, you know, last week or the week before. You're gonna judge what's presented on stage. So now you're going to take that and throw it out the door, and you're going to judge him on what he said after he presented what he presented on stage. So it's just like, child, it's a show.
Yeah.
But we got some more stuff we're going to talk about.
Oh, yes.
And baby.
Oh, yes.
Because they say that the garçon should have went home first.
Oh, they did.
That's why I wanted Jacen in here, because he said y'all should have went home first as opposed to Prodigy.
What happened was supposed to happen.
Well, we gonna call Jacen.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Jacen. And baby, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to Legendary 2. Do y'all think it's gonna be a Legendary 3?
Yes.
They're talking about it.
Yes. There's still some more houses out there.
But hopefully there's some changes that will be made for the betterment of the people.
All right. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on We Are Your Radio. We Are Your Radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. My special guest, the garçon.
Oh, yes.
Your name?
Oh, it's Stasha, darling.
And the Balenciaga.
Oh, real mother, Shannon Balenciaga.
And she's crazy.
Boots.
Yeah, right here on We Are Your Radio. We Are Your Radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Yes, we are. I'm here with my girls, Shannon Balenciaga and Stasha Garcon.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking about everything legendary after the show, during the show, before the show, and right now for the next show. Yeah, the season is over, and the house of Miyake glad they won, and they came from the bottom. They came from the bottom because the first couple of episodes, they stayed in the bottom. They had to fight to stay in the competition a lot. So, y'all real quiet. But let me just say some of the comments, because we were talking about, you know, them talking about, well, not them, but Law talking about, you know, Honey, when she made the comment about the shoes that they had put her in. But somebody made a comment in the chat room. They say, Law is talking about, you know, Honey going off on the judges. They say, but you go back and look at season 1, going off on the wardrobe people. They said that's all Law did was talking about the people in wardrobe. He kept throwing them under the bus. But you all were talking about some changes that you all think they should bring to the next season if they decide to do season 3 of Legendary. What are some of those changes and why?
The first change they need to make, they need to have somebody from Ballroom that can speak for everyone to protect everybody on the cast. Unfortunately, there was a couple of slip-ups and things behind the scenes I will not talk about.
Oh no, we're here to talk about everything behind the scenes.
No, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want them to cancel the show.
Okay.
But just know.
You have tea like that?
Warned.
You have tea like that
Yes.
can cancel the show? Oh, well, we're going to have to talk about it after air.
Yes. I'll show you the video.
Oh, you have receipts?
I got receipts.
Bless the people. Bless the people. Bless the people.
So, for that, I wouldn't. That I would like to change because, unfortunately, nobody can speak for us, but us. Nobody will protect us, but some of us. Ooh. But also, I would like for the changes that it doesn't have to be geared all towards dancing. It's ways that you can bring that in, just like you said before. It's entertainment. I like the all-house challenges. Not every single week. Not the whole show be about it, because it's some more beautiful ways that you can bring about showcasing a great TV show. I would love to be even in the editing. I think they should have allowed us to be in the editing part because I would have make that edit of that show a little bit better. But that's just my control nature. So you just got to deal with it.
But you did talk about that the last time that you were here. You were saying that a lot of the things, because they don't have the eye of ballroom, a lot of the cameras should have been focused on certain things, but they didn't have the camera focused on that particular individual because they don't have that eye for ballroom.
Yes, and it moved around because I will say one of our good performances was the Ice House Challenge. The performance was very good. You just didn't get to see it because they moved around too often. So people are looking like, what happened? And you couldn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Sometimes you just got to leave the camera still and let it go.
Well, first I want to say, Tonka says that you stole his lunch. He said you stole his lunch. So
I thought you vegan.
No, yours.
Oh, he stole my lunch?
He said you stole his lunch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Behind the scenes.
Tonka don't look like nobody stole nothing.
Nothing from him,
nothing
right?
He had to eat.
Because what she stole? What did she steal?
The store.
But no, listen. But I think something that they should shed a lot of light on is a lot of the behind the scenes, because it's a lot of funny stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Even like in the vans, when we're like walking around a lot, the rehearsals, like all that is some funny stuff. It's been times where I would walk in the wrong room for rehearsal, open the door and be like, and I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like all these different things that they should be able to like get, because this is some good stuff.
Right.
And that would make the show even more funnier. That's just some of the things that I think that should change. The judges, I mean, of course, it's reality television and it's a competition, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with all that. I'm definitely okay with that. But I do think there are some things that should change, and that's that, and start focusing a little bit more on what ballroom is about. Pulling in like more categories and just digging deep in it, and like us getting ready for it, because that's what people really want to see. Yeah, we want to see the staging and all that, but we want to see, how did we get there?
Right.
How did we get to this point? And even like throughout the day, and like, how did we woke up? It should have been cameras like at certain points giving us about 5 or 10 minutes of getting ready, getting up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how do you feel?
What do you do? How do you feel? All these different things are very important. It's about life. You want people to understand. You want people to fall in love with you as a person, and you want them to fall in love with the show and how the show is telling these stories about these amazing people that come from so many different walks of life, and they have bridged the gap together, and they're making such a success. And it's very important that those things should be shown.
And y'all were talking about during the break, y'all were saying that you all sit down for hours doing these interviews, and then when they do the edited version, all they show is you saying, "Hi, I'm Stasha."
5 seconds.
And I sat there for like an hour and 30 minutes.
Painted, done. Getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4. Even to go what Sasha just said about it's moments that happen. Like I had a moment that is special to me. DJ Von Allure, who was a big part of ballroom culture, passed away the day before. And I woke up the next morning for some reason just emotional, and it was the ball day, and it was the Ice House Challenge ball. And I honored him and wrote and had them write his name on my piece. But I started crying for some reason. Like emotions just came over me that morning, because it's like, you don't have him in ballroom anymore. And a lot of us have had personal relationships with him. And Tonka came over to me downstairs in the lobby of the hotel and just hugged me because he knew that it was just something wasn't right. And just that whole day, I'm like, it just doesn't feel right. Those are the moments that the camera should have caught that people don't get. They don't get that. Even though we was in COVID, we don't supposed to be around each other, that sometimes we broke that and we comfort each other. We was there for each other and things of that nature that a lot of people don't get to see. So
now, you getting ready to say something?
Oh no, I was gonna agree with that.
Okay, now we got to talk about the elephant that's in the room, but the elephant that was in the room.
Okay.
And y'all say that the editing is a huge part of the show. Yeah. The blow up between the House of Tishi, one of their members, and the judges. How long did that go on?
Whew, an hour. Even backstage.
It went on for a good little minute. They cut it short. It was cut short, and of course, in what we saw, the unedited part that was still short. So it was still more than that. And we were backstage just gagging like, I'm ready to go back to the hotel. You know, like I'm ready to eat. That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is really going on. This taking a long time.
But, you know, since you all are sitting here talking about it, I think that one of the things that they should look at doing is after the show is over, they should go back and show some behind-the-scene footage. That would be a night. They could get a whole season out of just showing you all getting ready, and they could show the explosion. Like, you know, this was the explosion that you all saw part of. Here it is in its entirety.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. You
Playing
know,
in the hallway.
Moments. Yeah.
We was literally in the hallway one night, like all on top of each other.
Yes. Oh my God, that was so much fun. It was
on.
the final three, wasn't it?
Not yet. It wasn't final three yet. Remember, because it was the Richies was still there.
Oh yeah. So it was the final four.
And we was all in the hallway just carrying by the elevator. Oh, it was a mess. But it was funny. It was like so funny. I went down to my room and I picked up something. I was like, what's going on down here? What's going? It was like just like those things that should be captured because that's what's funny. You know, that would draw a lot of more people into the show because you know you have people that love drama. You have people that love positive energy. So if you want a larger broad of people viewing the show, you give them all.
And,
go ahead.
And then also, even with at the end where we had 3 or 4 floors in the hotel that was just all of us in a bubble. So at the end, having us and Mugler at the end, we were the last house. Mugler's was on 6, we was on 7. The whole hotel floor was empty but us. And so it was eerie that it was like a final walk, almost kind of like you and Death Row making your last walk. That's how I felt. I was like, this is so weird that it was full and then it's just empty.
It was really weird because I remember, what's it with the ice ball? It was in one of the videos that's on my page and it was like, it's really getting empty in here.
But, you know, that was another question that I had for you all because you all are here and you all are taping the show. So once you got voted off the show, you had to leave?
The next day?
You left the next day.
Oh.
By noon,
yeah.
They gone.
But the thing was like, the last episode was filmed the same week.
Yeah. We had, so we started having 1 week to film.
Yes.
And then as the competition got on, we had 3 to 4 to 3 days. And the last 2 episodes, we had 3 days to film the last episode. And then the next to the last and the very last episode, we probably didn't even have 24 hours to rehearse.
Because it was like everything.
That's how bad it was.
It started out every Friday. Then it went from every Friday then it moved to Thursdays. The next week they moved to Wednesdays. The next week they moved to Tuesdays. And it was like, hey,
we ain't got time to get ready.
Listen, slow down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my shipment.
Yes, and then listen.
Wardrobe too, you couldn't even look. You got all these people and they trying to create you looks. They didn't have enough time. Like y'all don't realize that they was stitching and painting us and pulling us as they was pushing us out on the stage.
Yes.
And that sometimes we wasn't happy because when you look good, you perform good. And that is, for me, that's like the end be all. If I don't look good, baby, you can cancel it.
I used to be so irritated. I was so irritated. I used to be so frustrated. Anything would just piss me off. I used to be like, Lord have mercy. I used to have to just pray. I used to just be praying all day, just walking around praying like, oh Lord,
but
I need the strength. I need the strength. I need the strength. I need the strength. That's what they say. I need the strength. I just need the strength. I mean, because it was a lot. It wasn't an easy task. It wasn't easy, but it was something that I felt was needed. Just just to be in that place and to be able to deliver the things that we delivered in that short period of time. I felt at the end of it, it was amazing. It was amazing and beautiful to see. And like just leaving the show, it was just like, okay, but you did what you had to do, and that's it.
But Rihanna is known to come to y'all balls in New York and stuff.
Yeah.
And out of the country. I was surprised that she wasn't one of the celebrity judges. It's because of them coins, because she's not coming for free.
Them coins.
That's what it was,
it's
the
a
coins.
budget. Unfortunately, with our skin complexion, the advertisers and stuff don't put into us.
Oh, you passing.
That's honey.
Bingo.
I might have got pale there.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
We're here talking to two of the cast members from Legendary Season 2, Stasha Garcon and Honey. That's Shannon Balenciaga. Now we're gonna break down the episodes, like the different challenges and stuff when we come up.
Okay.
And baby.
What's tea?
Baby.
What's tea?
Law's on the phone.
That's hey.
Hey, Lord.
Hi, Law, darling. How are you, my love muffin?
Oh, but when it comes to the judges, like this is the last question, then we're gonna go to break. When it comes to the judges, would y'all rather because I felt like I know why they brought in the celebrity judges, but I thought they had already done that when they put Megan Thee Stallion on there, and I thought the rest of the panel should have been ballroom. What y'all feel about that?
I don't think you can do that because then that'll really be biased.
Very biased.
Yes. The only way that you possibly can do that is to go and get the older generation that has fully removed themselves from ballroom, but they're not going to want to be a part of it because, unfortunately, you still got people behind the scenes that are going to try to not pay you your worth. So you have to, and also we need to get the world to look at this. So that's why that was brought on. So you can't have it both ways. You got to understand it and play it to your advantage.
But then it's just like you all are at a disadvantage as the contestants and stuff because they're bringing in people that don't know what you're doing and they're judging you on something that they don't know.
You got to entertain.
Just entertain the people.
Because half of the people in ballroom don't know what is going on. So you got to entertain.
What name some of them, Shannon? Name some of them in ballroom that don't know what they're doing.
Haven't you lost plenty of balls that you should have won? And you be like, okay. So we both had, one thing I think with face, because that's what ballroom was founded on, and that's the premier category in ballroom, we are judged so harshly that nobody else in ballroom gets. So I think that's why we're a little bit more easy to it, and we let it flow off our shoulders because we have been prepped for it.
Yeah.
So we can be judged by anybody.
Like ballroom being in that position and doing it for so long, after a certain point in time, you kind of get so wore out. You get wore out from constantly being judged, trying to be pulled down or putting somebody else against you, trying to keep. And to me, it's like when it comes to the girls, we're always put together. So it's like now
comparing for no reason.
It's always a comparison. So then it turns into your friends in your ear, oh, well, girl, da-da-da, and girl, da-da-da. So then it's more like, now it turns to shade, and I think that's the problem when it comes to us, when we are the ones who actually started the ballroom. It was trans women, it wasn't the male figure. So, I don't know. I just think that, being judged and stuff, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's why I got out, because I got tired of everybody, taking it out on me when I kept winning sex siren over all these other girls that they thought were going to win, honey. But
what?
Yes, honey,
You was.
Yeah, your house tried to jump on me too when I had set you down in Paris. Sex siren. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, hold it down right here. WERUradio. We're the home of the urban sound of pride. Sitting here with my girls, the one and only Shannon Balenciaga and Stasha Garcon.
Oh yeah.
Happy belated birthday, girl.
Thank you, darling.
You through partying?
No, girl.
Oh, you still partying?
Yes, I'm still partying because they're having something for me in Dallas this weekend too.
Oh,
the girl said we old. How old are you?
That's fine. I appreciate that. I appreciate people saying that I'm old, and all that good stuff. But the most important part is that I look amazing.
You do look amazingly old.
Life can be full.
I was like, shit.
Yes.
I mean, what?
But did it not make change?
Probably for y'all.
No, it's for everybody.
What?
When you want to talk about that meeting that we all had, but we band together and we got
because y'all wasn't gonna say nothing at first. I had to step up
because I always gotta say so. I want to be like, I'm gonna see if somebody else talk. But when I did start talking, did I not get the people together?
Well, I got the people together because they went and got all the stuff that we needed.
The funniest line was, "Girl, you don't do makeup. Clearly, look at you."
Girl, who said that?
I did.
Dude.
The COVID lady.
The COVID lady.
Because she tried me, y'all.
She tried it. No,
she tried to take a picture of me when the producers got in the band talking to me and was like, your mask ain't up. I'm giving, girl, they talking to me. Stop it. Why
she
you
tried
taking
to get
pictures?
me
You
too.
don't supposed to be doing that. You're violating my rights.
She tried to get me. And I told her, don't play with me because you will get your business.
You get what?
Your business, baby. She was like, and she just kept picking with me about having the mask on. I'm like, didn't you just see me walk out the door? You just saw me walk out the door, and you got the mask in your hand. So you haven't even given me my mask. And it was like a whole big old thing. So that's when they called a meeting. So I was like, when he brought it up, and he was like, well, da-da-da-da. I said, over the whole room, that was me, and I went from there.
What? And you say,
but
George says they gonna give Shannon a job. You say they ain't gonna give Shannon a job. Why?
I don't need a job from them. I need a job from somebody else.
They ain't giving Shannon no job from 100 because Shannon cussed the people out.
She cussed the people out.
She cussed the people out. Baby, she went full speed.
You think them
Shannon, you had lady.
Let me say this. You think them white men ain't cussing them out?
Oh, he might be now. But she did
See,
too.
that's the difference. It's given.
No.
You can't.
Shannon would be loud. No, for real, y'all.
See,
no,
she
was loud.
Boss. This
she
is
was
how
loud.
I do.
She was loud. See, I was professional with
I know
it.
how to. I'm not gonna disrespect people. But in the heat of something, if we might get a disagreement, we might get loud. It might be a shame. But I turn back around and
Shannon. Don't listen to Shannon. I'm telling y'all, Shannon went for blood. Okay, she went for blood. We was getting dressed one day. Everybody getting ready for the show. Over the whole room.
Oh, I did. I let the boss I said, like, how dare y'all do that girl like that? Hey, Megan, shout out. Megan Thee Stallion. Hey, girl, I had your back. Mm-hmm.
I mean, just went off. She went off.
Yes, I went off on the Bowman girl.
But hold on. I had to, y'all see why I cut in? I just cut the music out because they was in here going ham. They was in here going ham. They don't know they live.
We are live.
Yeah.
That's why I came to the camp. That's why I moved up. But
baby, but let me go and finish playing this music. We'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
That was a what? Exclusive.
Oh, yes.
Boop, boop, boop.
She cuts people out. Y'all mama crazy.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. Baby, I'm telling y'all right now, we are in here and they are giving all the tea, what happened before, during, after, and what's going on right now. To y'all, we about to miss all these breaks. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, hold it down right here on WERUradio. WERUradio, we're the home of the urban sound of pride. My special guest from the show, Legendary Season 2, Stasha Garcon and Shannon Balenciaga. Baby, y'all, oh my God. Y'all, I'm on YouTube Live, so y'all, when we are playing music, we still live on my YouTube page, so y'all get all of the tea when there's a break going on.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we were talking about, I was just explaining to y'all that one of the things that I don't like is when they have the battle at the end, the one person that win the first battle, then you have to battle the next person. They don't get a break. So they should change that. But, baby, what y'all haven't talked about during this break? Now, why did they show the last two shows last week? We thinking the final show is going to be this week. So that's why we came in here this week, because we thinking tomorrow is going to be the season finale. Why did they put both of those shows together last week?
Award season. They want to get nominated for awards.
For awards.
So they have a cutoff time where the whole season has to be finished.
Come up to the mic.
So it's award season. They won't.
They say
oh my God.
They say the YouTube is blurry.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah, somebody just said it over here. They said it's blurry.
But go ahead, Shannon.
So it's award season. They want to be nominated for awards, and the show has to be finished and completed by a certain date to be nominated.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Now, off the air, you were also talking about how you felt like that the whole show, basically, the majority of the people that's doing the show, the cast, the judges, and all of that, they're basically black. But you have an issue with all the other people that are working behind the scenes.
Yes.
Talk about that.
I just wish that it was I could have seen some more people like myself to be able to tell our story, because sometimes you need people around that can relate to you to be able to pull certain things out of you. Stop being crazy, girl.
No.
I'm just like,
No, I was telling Sophia radio
I know.
station.
And so that's what I just missed, that they missed the ball on. Even in, and I spoke about this on my Instagram page, I Am the Countess, that I had a problem I've had a problem from day one about hair on the set to the end, all the way to the end where they stopped doing my hair. That I had to bring in my own personal people to do that.
Because they had enough of you.
Yes.
Now, also during the break, when we came up, when I snuck in and got a little conversation on air that they was having off the air, you were saying, Stasha, that them people not finna join, say they gonna get this woman a job. You said they're not finna hire.
They're not going to hire Shannon.
Baby, let me tell you something. I would be like Tyler Perry and create my own.
Listen, when you create it, just give me my
I'll give
my
you a
part.
job.
Yes, give me a job.
But y'all got to finish telling the story about, how y'all were getting into, y'all had the meeting.
Yeah.
And how did the meeting go?
Honestly, like for me, like I spoke in a way that it wouldn't make you look like an angry black person, right? And I think that's what got across to the people. Then when everybody started to chime in, it was more of a, we really need to change this, and I think everyone's voice mattered at that moment. And then they knew that we were actually the talent. And if we're the talent has to be treated well,
respect.
And we need to have all the things to accommodate us that we need. So with the whole COVID thing and the mask and the makeup, all of that came to the forefront because, we're wearing makeup and masks and we're getting in, we're going back and forth. It's such a challenge because we're getting tested every day. But we wanted more from them. We wanted to feel like we really was there and being respected. So when we started to speak up, that actually validated a lot. So then that's when they brought in some things to accommodate us. They brought sofas and couches and makeup mirrors and curtains to cover up the windows and sanitizers and Lysol. And I had them to clean the trailers. I was like, these need to be clean. So when we spoke up about those things did change.
But see, that's the issue that I'll be having with people. Now, y'all sending me through all this. I got to be COVID tested every day, but y'all not being sanitized. So, we gotta have a meeting for y'all to get some, some wipes and all that stuff in here.
So let's put this in context. We were in a bubble. The talent, we were sequestered in the hotel. But everybody else, judges, the transportation, everybody else got to go home to their families and do whatever they want. We were locked in our rooms 7 days a week, 24 hours, and they moved us with staff at every point from rehearsal to the stage to all of that. So we were the ones that were actually negative. There's no possible way that we can test positive if we only around each other. And they made us from different houses. We couldn't even be around each other, but we all quarantining together. So if we're doing all of that, how are you telling us that we have to have a mask on to be in a van where we fully in glam and have to get on set and retouch that? That's for people that don't know how to do makeup. You can mess up a whole contour and it's giving, I'm screwed now.
Listen.
Sweat and
baby,
heat, it's screwed now.
I had to rig my whole mask up, honey. I had my shield on and I got the mask. And I
put the
clear
tape in.
I put clear tape on the sides and put the mask onto the shield. So I would put the shield on my face, and they would not say nothing because they thought I had a mask on and a shield.
They made me stop.
I was just being very creative, and they didn't bother me after they would see me walking around. I'm not finna mess up my makeup, baby. I'm not finna keep applying makeup and looking chalky and stuff like that because the cameras are following.
Problem.
And that was a problem. You just want to make sure you take care of yourself. I was thinking about my brand. Okay, I'm gonna use my skills, my pageantry skills. I'm gonna put this mask on here, put some clear tape on it, so as it lay on the mask, it's clear.
But what happened when we did?
So they don't know that it's taped to the mask.
No, they think I got on a mask and a shield. They think I'm being safe, baby.
What happened to the show days? Them show days, I was giving, screw the mask. Oh, baby, let's go. I will be ready because you can't move from one set to the next without the thing. I was giving, no, I'm fighting. That body challenge, y'all, if y'all could have saw, I was hell on wheels. I was giving, nope, let's go.
Shannon, you was hell on wheels every day. Shannon was hell on wheels every day, y'all. I'm just gonna,
But that's
I'm
real
gonna give her.
ballroom. I'm
I
in the
know,
heat
but it
of
was
I'm
funny.
I'm going to battle. I'm not going home. I'm saving this house. Baby, let's go.
But since you brought us back here, I want to know, because you said earlier that the Tisha's body battle.
Yes.
That
you
was
want
about
the
you.
tea. Okay.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on
give
with
us
the
a tea. Yeah, give us a
Did you know
tea.
about this?
No.
And I didn't know from the show. So let me say, okay. So the Teachy's final performance was about me. And if you go listen to it, if you have to rewatch it, they gave "Don't Touch Me." That's what I said to them doing the body challenge and behind the scenes. And they said something after giving, "Bitch, we don't want to touch you." That's all in that production. I didn't see that production at the time. I didn't know anything about that. Nobody said anything. It just fell flat. So I talked to Simone later, and she told me that was about me, and that was a whole big misunderstanding. And why? Because when I got off the stage and we got the lowest score, I knew that I had to go battle and win this category to save my house. Mm-hmm. So I had to do what I had to do. I was told that I couldn't be naked. So, and I didn't like the outfit for the category. If I need to win for my house, mm-hmm. I needed to switch it up. So I had to take the matters in my own hand. And so I went to the back of wardrobe and got painted head to toe, butt naked. And they were gagging because it was just off of the cuss. Nobody planned this, nobody knew. So I was wet. Anybody who knows about body paint, this is the first time I've ever been head to toe painted, even in between where the sun don't shine. I had to walk, and I had on heels. I had to walk with my legs open so that the paint don't move and to dry. The teachers had just got off the stage of performing, and I walked past them. You know where we film at the hallway when you come off the stage. I was like, "Don't touch me, because y'all had on white. I don't want to mess up your outfit." They took offense to that, thinking that I was being shady.
Like, don't touch me.
Yes. They'll see how misunderstandings can happen, but I wasn't nasty or mean to anybody. I see, and people just because I don't speak to you all the time or know you, don't mean that I'm mad at you or is there some shade or something. It's just I'm working. I got stuff, and they didn't know at the time that I'm battling the people. Baby, it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And they told me, they was like, when I said that, they took offense to it, and they was like, "Well, bitch, you don't nobody want to touch you, bitch," or some stuff like that. I was like. They was like, "You was mumbling. You never turned around and said nothing." And then Gia said the same thing. I was like, "Do y'all not think Shannon, that somebody would call me out my name and try to say something to me that I won't turn around and address you then?" So that right there should have told you that it's not what you think it is.
Okay, well, Stasha, you're not buying it, huh?
Oh, baby, we're going to hold on.
Not what's that? What?
I mean, I'm just sitting up here listening to Shannon, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shannon, she giving y'all her story and stuff like that,
Okay. So,
I'm just like, but I
but it fell flat, though, because nobody knew.
I'm with you, Stasha. I'm with you now.
And the producer.
You are a politician now.
Yes, she is. And she's good at it. Okay? She's good at it, baby.
Stasha, now,
she's good at it.
But wait, I would buy all that she just said.
There you go.
Had she not made the comment when the teachers got kicked off the show, the teachers made their best exit. The teachers did their best performance.
I said that was the funniest thing.
The teachers did their best performance exiting.
Because Simone did do a great performance exiting.
So just imagine her walking past and saying, "Oh, don't touch me.
Don't touch me."
Shannon.
No, I'm serious. So I was like, no, that was never
we love
a
you,
disrespectful
Shannon.
thing.
But we love you, Shannon.
But I understand that sometimes people take me in wrong when I don't have that.
We love Shannon.
Yeah.
We love Shannon,
So-
but Shannon is definitely a politician.
But
okay?
Shannon went in with a target on her back anyway, because she went in there as the $17 million girl.
But nobody knew that.
Shannon.
They didn't know.
Nobody knew that till it aired.
Nobody ever knew that.
No, you didn't know that. Nobody knew that. I never told nobody. You knew that I've been to federal prison, but you never knew what I went there
I didn't know.
for.
I didn't know what that part was, but yeah.
But listen, we were supposed to break down the categories, the different days, and all of that.
I love you too.
Y'all have just taken the show another direction. I can't do it. Then the people in here, they asking questions.
They want to know a lot.
Yes, they say the celebrities are cute, but I want to see legends from the ballroom as guest judges.
The thing for me, if they was to bring like legends, like icons and stuff from the ballroom community, I would not sit them on the end. They cannot be the tiebreaker. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that because that will you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that last and final vote, are they voting for their girlfriend? Are they voting for, you know what I'm saying? So
Because some people could say that about Amaya.
I mean,
Because if you notice the Moneyball, Amaya has relationships with Simone. And if you notice, she votes for Simone all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we can all point those things out to people as well.
I mean,
And it's not taking away nothing from her talent. Please don't ever.
no.
think that,
I mean, I'm not saying that. That's why. But that's why I'm saying, even if they have a guest judge, I mean, cause it's maybe so. You know, I don't know. Maybe so. If that's what she felt and she wanted to vote, just what she wanted to vote for. I mean, that's okay. But what I'm saying is that I think the guest judge from the community probably should be more in the middle, or where that way they're getting their vote first. So that means if it's a tie, then it comes from somebody else. You know, like
they'll never put.
But they're not gonna do that. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. They don't want to do that. You know, they're not gonna do it because they're connected to the ballroom scene, and they don't want to get that backlash when they go back to a real ball.
Right.
And then somebody else in the chat room, they want to know, how did Shannon feel when Taraji was hollering at that boy to stop crying on stage? I thought that was awkward. If he wanted to express himself that way, he should have been able to.
So let me explain that. My child Khalik suffers from anxiety a lot, and that was a really sweet moment. And Stasha, did you watch it?
Which one?
Did you see when Taraji was talking?
Yes.
They should have never cut all that out because y'all, it was such a beautiful moment.
It was more.
It was way more than what y'all saw, and y'all would have understood it. She instantly saw that he was having a situation that I didn't know. He never told that to me. So this was new to me as well. And we talked afterwards. And when I say he never had a problem after that, because I had made him comfortable enough that if he needs to talk to me or if he needs to take a break, take that moment. But it was such a genuine, sweet moment. I'm thankful that she did that.
I mean, because she did a lot of amazing things. Like she spoke over people. She did it to us as well. Because she saw before we started our performance, and like, I'm always praying, and I'm always talking to God. Like that's just my thing. And before we went on, it was all in that circle. We was on stage, and you know, I just started speaking some things over them, and like letting them know like God has control over any and everything that we're doing. So just know that that's what you need to strive off of, you know. So I was speaking these things, and they overheard me, and she spoke on it after we finished, but they didn't show that either. But she did a lot of amazing things to keep people in a good headspace, because she's on television. She knows what it takes to get to that point of going through so many things to accomplish something that you really want.
And she's from Southeast DC, people. Taraji is DC. There's no place in the world like DC when it comes down to loving and supporting the LGBT community, gay, straight, lesbian, whatever the case may be. DC, the black women of DC is a whole, even the straight men, everybody is a whole different breed than anywhere in the world you go to. And if you ever have the privilege of going there and seeing it for yourself, you'll understand it.
Yeah.
And she is a down to earth person, because I work with her in Tyler Perry's movie I Can Do Bad All By Myself. And then when we were in between takes and stuff, she was entertaining the audience, just being funny. She was like a stand-up comedian, honey. And then it's just like, girl, you got to go and, you know, get yourself together, because when they say action, you're going to have to be in character, blah, blah, blah. But that's just how she is. And somebody else asked, do you think it's fair when the judges critique their costumes and makeup on stage, knowing good and well a costume team and makeup team put them together?
That's their opinion.
It's a part of television, and you know, some things are accepted and some things are overlooked. When certain people say certain things about costumes, it's overlooked. When somebody else say it, it's spoke on. So it's just, you know, it's an up and down situation, and that's a very touchy subject to speak on. And it's really hard for us to say,
because you don't want to throw somebody under the bus.
Right. You definitely want to throw somebody under the bus, and they're putting in so much hard work. Because for me, no matter what, I'm going to make sure that what I wanted comes to life. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the goal. Like everything has to come to life. So if it was something that I did not agree with, I spoke on it. And I spoke on it in a way of positivity because of the energy that I like to put out there. Right. So anytime I would say, well, no, I don't think that's right. I think I want to look like this. I even had my own garments with me, and I would give them my garments to make my stuff to fit or to have a replica of something that I already had. So I brought stuff with me for that reason, because I wanted things that I know for sure that is going to work for me and my body on television. You know, so like you have to think about those type of things. So anything that was created, it was created and it was something that I wanted and I look good in it. Okay.
Yeah, somebody else want to know, please ask them how they felt about Tiffany Haddish as a guest judge.
For me, you know, we know that she's like a comedian and she's a funny girl or whatever. I mean, I just think that, you know, sometimes you have to like think about things that you have to think about the things that you say to people, you know, and no matter what situation you're in, like you are on a television show and you are presenting yourself in front of some ballroom people that are so feisty that they will chop your head off. Okay, so as she was speaking and carrying on it was just more like mommy juice. I was more like I kept standing back like, oh, I'm appalled. You know, that's how I felt. You know, I felt appalled because of her actions. I thought it was not fitting for sitting there as someone that a lot of people looked up to, waiting to see her, you know, judge them, and then her actions showed totally different. So I think it was very disheartening and sad for people to actually witness her treat them that way.
But I think, to me, you know, just on the outside looking in, when I was watching the show, to me, she tried to come across as though she grew up in ballroom, like she knew about ballroom, and it's just like, oh no, and I grew up in da-da-da, and this was going on, and blah, 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 and I know that, and I didn't see it, and they didn't bring it, and da-da-da, and da-da. So she was trying to paint the picture that as if she had been connected to ballroom, you know, from the past. Well,
I've been connected to ballroom since '96. I've never seen her.
Never. And the world didn't know her. Then you said you was homeless and all that, so it didn't make any sense.
I don't know about that, but I know I've been connected a long time, and I've never seen her. You know, but then too, like, it's still for television.
Hold on. But Shannon, what you want to say? How you feel about Tiffany Haddish as a judge, Shannon?
I'm going to speak about just the judge and not the person or her accomplishments, because I actually do like Tiffany. Okay. I think she owes every contestant that was there an apology, the ballroom an apology, because she was having a little too much mommy juice and disrespected the competition as a whole, and that's what I have to say about that. It's not about the chops or anything of that nature. That was my biggest thing, was the disrespect to us. And you came into our home and you disrespected all of us.
And I don't have a problem with you drinking. You just got to be able to hold
your liquor.
Your liquor. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people was drinking. You know,
I was in her rider too when they, you know.
It could have been in her trailer.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is a competition show. It's governed by rules and regulations, federal government.
But y'all was breaking the rules.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
Yeah, you just told me you was calling your house telling people to ship you some stuff.
That wasn't breaking the rules.
I was the one that was following the rules.
No,
you weren't.
But that wasn't breaking the rules. Because see, this is the thing for me. I went to the head people and said, listen, I need these things. And they would say, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm that girl.
I did with my hair in the finale. I did the same thing, because literally they stopped the day before the ball, and I didn't have no hair. Everybody else had hair. Like, what am I gonna do? Well, go call your people. You figure it out. Let us know.
And the reason why they let me do so much stuff like outside,
you knew how to talk to them.
Of course.
Professionally.
Yeah, very professional.
Shannon was cussing them out.
Cussing them people out. They not giving her no job.
No, I did.
They not giving Shannon no job. Okay, and then like
Girl, I will be back as a permanent judge.
Oh, sickening. We love that. You better put it in the atmosphere.
Because when y'all like to see that, the fashions that I will have on that show, y'all thought J-Lo was doing it. Baby, all the designers, call me. I will showcase those garments like,
this lady is crazy, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, you already know who probably will be a judge, okay? I'll be one before they pick Shannon. I'm letting y'all know that now, okay? She cussing me out, baby.
Girl, you gotta show personality.
I have lots of personality. And that's why I have made it in the business for over 30 years, because I have lots of personality.
We have broken all the rules here today, because you are...
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, we're supposed to be saying
it's the best way you did. It's fun.
That's what you wanted. She talking about personality. Yes, no, she's crazy. Okay? This lady is crazy boots, honey. She's crazy, y'all.
We're going to take a break, but I do want to talk about the moment that happened at the end of the show when the House of Garcon was sent home between you and Shannon. And you spoke, And you said, Shannon, we
She
have a
shady.
history.
That bitch
and
tried to come for me.
She don't look at
She
her.
tried to come
That's
for
what she
y'all.
wanted to
But
say on
when I
TV.
got here
Try to come for
and
me.
you didn't speak to me and you was walking past me, that kind of hurt my feelings. So go on, let us see.
I'll talk about it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stasha
no.
hurt my feelings.
There was she is crazy, y'all. Okay. No, it was like
And
well,
scene.
certain people wasn't speaking at first, right? Me and Shannon was speaking. We were hanging out. We was taking pictures together. Like we were doing a lot of silly things together, right? Mm-hmm. When she slipped and fell, she saw me in the hallway. She said, "Girl, I fell." I said, "What?" And I'm like, well, so now I'm going to do research because she done told me she failed. So how she don't fail? And then they told me she had done won. They had done won that day, and I said, she failed and they won. Oh no! What is going on over there, honey?
You don't think we deserve?
But listen,
Did we look sickening?
what y'all did?
That was the grand.
No, y'all failed, Shannon. You failed.
That's fine.
No, Shannon. Oh, but it is fine because it was a lot of other things that was going on that they was allowing people to get these high scores for, and they wasn't really doing much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is. But no, but we had been like interacting a lot. We were taking pictures together. We were laughing. We were just doing a lot of different funny things together, and it was like a moment where things started to like change, and I didn't know what was the issue, what was the problem, and it was a gesture that she did on stage, and I was looking at her when she did it, and she didn't know I was looking at her. And I remember one of the judges said, "Oh, it's some shady, some shady over here." And I was like,
What gesture?
I said,
What gesture?
she feeling it. She feeling it. But she wasn't speaking to me. And I was wondering why she wasn't speaking to me.
See,
You know
that's
what
how
I'm saying?
misunderstandings happen.
But
What
listen,
is-
sis, listen to me. Okay. Listen, no, but that was the thing, So when that happened, it was just like I thought, we better than that. So what's the issue? Like it was more like a, hey. When before it was like, hey girl, what's tea? And then it went from that to hey. And that's a different energy, right? And I'm big on energy, so I'm really big on energy. I feel your energy a mile away. If your energy's not right, I feel it, right? So when I felt that, I started to pull back. That's just me. I'm a Gemini. I'm big on energy. When the energy doesn't meet, I'm going to pull myself away from it because mentally for me, I don't want to go into a dark place of like not liking someone. I want to continue my peace because that's what I pray for on a daily basis. I pray for peace so that the happiness can come with that, right? So when that was going on, I didn't really know what the problem was, So when we was on stage, I was like, no, you're not gonna sit here and just be saying that. I'm going no. This what was going on. Okay, now you know what I'm saying. So I had to say it because if I did not say it, I would have left the show feeling some type of way, and then I would have got back home, and then people would have been asking me like to talk to Shannon. I'm not talking to her. You know what I'm saying? It would have went like that. I would have been, I don't want to talk to her. She's
So if the brief moment that we saw on stage was
But
that
it was
edited?
longer than that. It was edited.
Yeah, it was.
And
it was
even we
longer than
talked
that.
after stage. I
even-
specifically, I was
she
like,
came to me when we got off the camera. She said the cameras are off. She said you already know, blah blah blah. And we talked and we hugged again before I left.
because one thing that I told her this and anybody, if I offend you and I'm not aware, let me know. Come talk to me. I'm an adult. We could talk this out. Get everybody else, take all that out. Because I don't ever want somebody walking around like I offended them or I'm not that person.
She's a politician now, okay? Cause she's a politician now.
Yeah, hold on, this is the house of Tisha said call them Shannon. No, I'm just kidding.
Call them.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, they said you said if I offended anybody, let me know.
can't.
They said call him. No, but baby, I'm telling y'all, we supposed to been going down.
But won't that messy of them to put that on there though? Because they did all that editing. They did all that editing and everything, and then they want to put that little snippet in there. That was so irrelevant to anything because it left the audience like, what?
They don't have that much time. They have used up all the time.
But it was just it's something that they could have edited out because it didn't. It was no connection to it. So, they just do that to try to throw some drama and to try to make it seem like it's
an issue. Because somebody even came on my live and was like, they wasn't showing how you are on social media with each other. They were trying to make it seem as though like, y'all just didn't like each other. And that's what it was trying to come across as. But that's why we be on live together. We keep keys together. We do all that. Even though, Shannon's crazy, like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell her all the time, like she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. You know what I'm saying? Like she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, baby, and that's just what it is. She's cuckoo.
The people don't understand, and y'all, I don't do no drugs and no alcohol, no nothing. This
She
is just
just
natural
crazy.
life, baby.
So-
I am the party. I turns up. I like to have a good time.
Now she do. I remember one time we went to a club one time, and I was like, this lady is really crazy, y'all. I mean, she carried on, but it was fun crazy. You know, but it's not bad crazy. It was just fun crazy.
Jason, I'm gonna call you, Jason. We supposed
Where's
to be calling
Jason? Call Jason.
Jason to take up our interview time. Jason, you should have been here.
Okay, you should have been here, Jason. You should not have canceled your flight. If you cancel your flight, Jason, you didn't buy one. Jason didn't buy no flight, baby. Okay.
Oh my God! Let me call Jason. Jason, call the studio. What's the number?
Because if you canceled the flight,
678-839 WERU.
If it was supposed to be in July, why would you cancel the flight today?
No, because he thought it was in July, so he was gonna cancel the flight today and come back in July. Shannon.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna take a break, honey, because we talked for an hour. We ain't played no music. We ain't did no commercials or nothing.
Because this is the tea. This is the finale and stuff. They don't need no music. They need the juicy.
But this
tea.
is what I want to know. Well, I don't know.
need
We
that.
know. Y'all say the judging, the judging is what it is. It's their opinion and all that. But how y'all feel about when y'all were getting to challenges? And did you all find out on stage, or did you know before you entered the challenge for that evening? When they get out there and they say the judges are not going to disclose their scores.
That's the only time they did that was for the money ball in the finale.
Yeah, but we knew.
Y'all knew.
Except for them, we didn't know.
Which
But-
one?
For the money ball and the finale ball is the only time they didn't tell us the scores.
Right.
Oh,
but
okay,
did they
okay,
tell
okay.
y'all? Because at the end, the final challenge, when they revealed those scores from y'all performances from the opening of the show, and they said one of y'all received a 38 and the other one received a 37. And all those high critiques they gave y'all, I just knew y'all were going to there 50-50.
Well, it's only 4 judges, so it'll only be a total of 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seemed like we just got 2 or 3 points taken off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how did they get 38 and 37 out of 50? But it was only 4 judges.
4 judges.
But I'm still, how'd you get 37, 38? Because the critiques, ain't nobody gave y'all no 7 and 9.
I mean,
Let
but
me
that was a lot throughout the whole season. Like some of the critiques would be at a high. Sometimes would be good, but the scores would be low. You know, and I think that's what a lot of the fans had a problem with, because they were saying it was so inconsistent. And I think that's something that they really have to think about when they're
In the future.
yeah.
But when we see the scores and they reveal the scores, those were coming from law.
Mm.
Because everybody give y'all perfect scores. When they get out of the law, I'm going to give you a 9. Then they go down, I'm going to give you a 9. And then it's just like when y'all got down to the final challenge, the House of Garcon, who was that judge? It was the guest judge. And it was like,
That was
Who was that?
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish. Yeah.
and then who was that said when y'all did the face challenge, you were going against the House of Mugler. And then because the meme was going around and you like,
No, that was
That was
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
they say, oh my God, they say, did you see her face when she didn't win? And Tiffany, I mean, not Tiffany, but Megan Thee Stallion said, bitch, I'm gagging she didn't win.
No, that wasn't Tiffany. That was Demi Lovato.
That was Megan.
Demi Lovato. Oh, that was Demi Lovato and Megan.
But
So
Megan make that statement. She said, bitch, I'm gagging she didn't win.
yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all gravy. I got something bigger though. You know.
Yeah, girl, we got to talk about that too, because y'all got a lot. You coach ad.
Listen, God is good.
And then, what you
He
doing,
said-
Shannon?
It's at home.
And then I saw, and I saw another one of the contestants. She got some, and then what you call
Milan.
No, I'm trying to get him in. He was working, one of the producers.
Jack.
Yes, Jack got coach ad.
Yes,
too.
Jack got coach. Equinox, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a lot of different things. I mean, like, you can't. No matter how people felt and how I felt. At the end of the day, I knew something was coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just knew something great was going to come out of that situation because, like, that's just how God works. You know, like, that's just how He works. And I mean, for me, that was I got a blessing. You know what I'm saying? The coach ad is a blessing. You know,
Right. And then I saw, like, I can't even think of the young lady's name, but it's another young lady, and she used to do interns because I saw an interview that she did with
Milan.
Milan. She got an ad campaign with who?
Sephora.
Yeah.
But she had that before.
She had it before. Yeah, she had already did that before the show because she worked for Mac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it still was a blessing for her to walk in the store and see her picture in there. So that was a blessing. And then she just did an interview with the news in New York. Is it CBS?
No,
it's Philadelphia.
Philadelphia News.
But
she interned there.
What I want, I don't want y'all to just use these kids for the month of June. I want you to use them all year long.
Well, we're 3
That's
months. I know Coach is 3 months.
I want you to use all 12 months.
I mean, but I think with the work I did, no, I'm serious because I think with the work ethic that I put into it, I think that they're viewing it differently. You know what I'm saying? To like want to use me for something else.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm stating for, I want them to not only use the
use it
girls
for Pride season.
I want them to use them all year long.
Yeah.
You are worth more than what anybody can tell you that you. Okay.
Because they're doing it for the girls from Pose.
Yes. But they're emulating.
But then what's her name? Electra. Electra was a model before all of this. She started in ballroom, but she was a model.
She always had that model-less effect. Yeah.
Runway she's $5,000 runway winner.
Yes.
Come on with it. Baby, y'all have been amazing, honey. We don't have 1 hour. Y'all want to stay for the next hour?
Of course. We got more tea. You got more tea?
We might have some more tea.
Y'all have plenty of tea, honey.
We had 10 weeks, baby. Trust.
We had 10 weeks.
12 months.
Well,
so
ask the fans which production, which challenge was their favorite, and then we can discuss that.
They heard you.
Oh.
And somebody else said, yes, keep booking the girls after Pride. Oh my God, the icons from this season.
We got to tell about, Stasha didn't know because they took her off the stage. Law and Megan wanted to have me and Stasha battle face for them off the camera and had a nasty pot of cash for us.
Oh,
that would have been so cute.
It would have been cute, but they weren't going to say.
Split it and we could have walked away. They would have never known. That's how I do, y'all.
I just felt like they weren't going to set me up again.
I'm gonna have to bring my friends, the Tishas, back in here. But what I thought was although I watched the show, and I do feel that the Tishas had an off night. That was their weakest performance, and the judges decided to judge fairly that night. But what I thought,
I judged fairly that night.
What I thought was, because Butch Collins should have been going home. If they gonna judge the Tishas like that, then I felt like y'all should have been sent the ones that won home. Miyake Mugler.
You think so?
Because they stayed in the bottom at the beginning of the season.
But see, that they felt that they was being critiqued harder, and that's one thing I will tell you. I will be very honest about. The Muglers are performers. They are all real ballroom performers.
They came up with it.
They are very technical dancers. Amazing. Every performance you see. The only performance that I could say that wasn't the mark was the pop art, where they was trying to do the different eras of hip hop. That's the only one that I was like, I could really pick at. But they are great dancers. You can't take that from them. I think where the disconnect at before their openness ball, where they did the Victorian, is the fact that they didn't entertain. You got to have an entertainment wow it factor. And the energy level was low. That's why you really didn't pay attention to them.
But I think they just wanted them because after that, it was just like, because when y'all were going head to head with them, it's just like, child, come on. Now y'all know the Garcons had ran circles around them in that final battle. But they was like, I was like, oh my God. But back to the T-shirts. These are my friends. These are my friends. The T-shirts, I call them the T-shirt, the house of T-shirt, the house of Tanisha, the house of this T-shirt. Those are my friends. But it's just like the thing that really, I felt like they treated them like, you know how when you go to the pageants and then they say, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Congeniality. So when they say Miss Congeniality, we say, oh, that bitch ain't won. She ain't won.
Yeah.
But the night that they were voted out, they won the challenge the week before. They was Superior House, and they had won $25,000 the week before. Then they was the one to decide what was going to be y'all challenges and all that. And then they end up going home
but
that night.
They chose the same challenge that they were weak at before. Why would you do that? Are you showcasing that you've learned from it, or are you trying to sabotage yourself?
I didn't even get to watch all of it. I didn't get to see a lot of stuff.
Really?
No, like I don't know, like the spots that they had us in most of the time.
No
They
TV.
would pull like the mothers and fathers and stuff. Like they would pull us in different parts where there was no TV. So the kids would get to go see stuff, but a lot we couldn't. And I was always either in the middle or the end.
Yeah.
So it was like I don't get to see a lot of stuff that goes on. So when I was watching the show, when y'all was watching, that's when I got to see a lot of things. I was glued to it because I wanted to like get the dirt.
Okay. And then the kids were telling us on set who did what, like their performances was sickening. They live it and all this.
Yeah.
So that's the only time. Sometimes that's how we got our information.
Yeah.
And Otoro even said that he was like, until he saw the Teachees, the Moneyball where they did the Army, he was like, now I understand what the judges are looking for.
But I had got tickled. I said I was going to throw the break in the next hour. But I got tickled because it was just like, although I didn't like it, but I was like, good. Because Law had his way of just like I'm saying, with you all a lot of times, y'all 10, Law. I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to give y'all a 9. So then when they got to the end towards the last 4 and 5 episodes, the guest judges, when Law be holding up them 10s and giving people 10, they get down there to the other end, they say, chop. They say it's a chop. Then he looked down there like, and I wanted somebody to say, Law, that's not for you. That's not for you.
That's not for you.
I'm your girl, Miss Sophia. Hold it down right here. We are your radio. We're your radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. I'm in here with my special guest from Legendary Season 2, Stasha Garcon and Shannon Balenciaga.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna be tomorrow. Give it for you, not for me. Only you. There's
Welcome back to Club Chit Chat with your DJ, Miss Sophia, right here on We Are Your Radio. We Are Your Radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, everybody. My special guest today, the one and only Shannon Balenciaga and Stasha Sanchez. Listen, this is Club Chit Chat's happy hour. Get your drink on, get your smoke on, get your pills on, get your freak on, get your edibles on, get your infused Rice Krispies on, because everything is legal right here at Club Chit Chat, especially during our happy hour. Hey. These people are in this chat room. They are really talking. Y'all gonna have to stay till 7. We talking everything Legendary Season 2 with Stasha and Shannon. And baby, let me just say, y'all were asking the question, who do you all want to see as guest judges? Who did you want to see as a guest judge, Shannon?
Of course, I will always say my mother, Toni Braxton. I would love to see Deborah Cox. I would love to have seen, of course, Madonna, all those people, Beyonce, all those good people that know beauty and fashion and all those things. Yeah, I think those will be good. But I think I actually, let me see, who is in the... There's so many people that you could just name off the top of your head that I think could have been connected in some shape, form, or fashion.
Because a lot of people in the chat room, saying that they felt like Miss Lawrence should have been a judge. Miss Lawrence should have been a judge.
And I tried to, I actually even threw that out for Lawrence to be a judge. I even tried to get Agana to be a judge.
Why are you twisting on that mic? It's not moving.
And...
But I think he could
it would be a bias because Balenciaga's on there. So that,
and not only that, I think he was during that time. He was also filming like the United States versus Billie Holiday.
No, that was actually almost 2 years ago.
Oh, really? They just releasing it. Mm-hmm. But who are some of the people you thought should have been a guest judge? Stasha.
I would like to see Naomi Campbell. I would love to see. I would love to see Beyonce.
But they didn't pay us.
I would love to see a new face, like a new blood, like Tiana Taylor. I would love to see who else? I would love to see like an actual another male sit there and be a guest judge. Brown? Yeah, I would like to see Chris Brown come on the show. Because he's a dancer, he's an entertainment, so he'll have a eye for a lot of different things, and he like pretty things too.
Did you watch first season?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see they brought in Chance the Rapper's brother as a guest judge last year? Anybody knew who he was.
Which episode? No, that wasn't. Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
was first season.
Yeah.
And it was almost kind of like,
They knew who he was.
What? Girl, I didn't.
You didn't. But a lot of people knew who he was because remember he had came out with being, you know.
Girl, I don't care.
But
They
see,
ain't
I'm
got
gonna
nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna tell you like I tell George all the time. You make comments like that, and I make comments like that. They say, "Girl, we old. you old." That's why
I
you
knew
didn't know
who he
was.
was and all that, but it was like, but you to be sitting there. When we put people on judge panels, it's supposed to be you have submitted yourself for everybody to respect you, everybody to know you. Everybody didn't know him.
Oh.
You are the brother of.
Well,
Okay.
a whole lot of that goes on a lot. But somebody in here, we talked about this earlier,
Iman
but
would be
somebody
great.
in here, they want to know, why was Shannon Duck walking in that gown?
Because she was bouncing.
So let me explain something to y'all. So Megan coined the term "free the nipple" for me on the stage when I was naked, and I was told I couldn't go on the stage naked the first time. So then when we did me and Stasha did the body we did the sex siren twerk challenge. Even when we did the body challenge, they censored our wardrobe. Every time we turned around, they kept censoring us. And it was like, but you don't censor the boys. It was okay. This is what I have taken from it because it targets a lot of gay males. It's okay for y'all to be naked, but it doesn't target straight men. And for black women in particular, it's not okay for us to show our ample bodies. And it just irritated me that I was being censored when nobody else.
Because I wanted to be naked,
It's
darling.
that nipple.
I wanted to be
That has
naked.
always- but he's on your side. George is with you with that one, honey.
I
He
wanted
wants
to
you
be naked.
Because that's real ballroom. And so that's where and the dress came from because I wore something similar to the Mugler ball for the 10,000 with Rihanna. And I was like, that allows me to write my message on there and to get my message across without me having to physically do it. Because they thought I was going to show my nipples and get naked again. And I was given, no, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm going to let my words speak and not my actions today.
Girl, they told me.
And-
They came and told me. They was like, whatever you do for the sex iron one, just please don't get naked.
They told me we'll be disqualified if
I
I did.
said, Shannon.
Because I specifically told them, when what was the Victorian ball when y'all had Savion and Milan come out there with the nipple collar? I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I did not tell y'all nobody on this cast can come out there with their nipples on, or baby, I'm gonna get naked again. That's how you have the control. It's given. Okay, I'm gonna do one of the two things.
And she snatched her thing off on stage. They was devastated, honey. Oh, they was devastated, honey. And after that, they was like, Stasha, just please don't get naked. Please don't get naked. I was like,
Shannon had messed it up for you. Listen, somebody in the chat room, because we talking about the judges and, breaking the tie and all that. Somebody asked, how do y'all feel about Deshaun breaking the tie?
No, he's a judge. I mean, he's a commentator, and even commentators in real ballroom don't do that. You play your position and play it well, and you leave everybody else alone.
But I think they was talking about since they're letting the celebrity guest judges break the tie, they don't know nothing about ballroom. They just here because they have a huge fan base.
Because he's biased. They have relationships with people in ballroom. So it wouldn't be fair, and somebody going to feel offended by it. So you have to keep it very fair and keep it even. Let somebody on the outside looking in, even if they're wrong, because sometimes, like I said, people in ballroom get it wrong.
But I had to take my glasses off on this because after watching this season, the entire season, and coming from radio with payola, I do feel like some of the judges are being paid. They are getting money from some of these contestants. They are paying them under the table. That's why some of them are getting these tens, because they are putting money in their pockets. Because there's no way that the last 3 episodes when these people were getting these tens and they were winning these categories over the known when we sitting at home watching this, say what are the judges seeing in person that is not coming across on this TV? And I said, it's some payola going on.
I will say this in defense of production and things, and I think you probably can agree to this. We watched some of these performances live, and it was a different energy than it was on TV. And I'm going to give you an example, like the finale. The Muglers watching it, because they made us each watch each other's performance. They had them in a different studio and had us on another studio, so we never saw each other. Their performance was very electrifying. It was just the energy. You just felt it. And people felt, but I didn't see that across on TV. We did an amazing job. I couldn't get into my own performance because that was, we didn't practice that. I didn't know what I was going to do. The moment that we was on stage, that happened organically like that. For me, I could speak. So I had to wait like everybody else to see it, but it was beautiful on TV. It was when I say I loved everything about it. So it's a catch-22. Being there versus seeing it on TV sometimes can be.
But on TV, watching it, both of y'all did amazing jobs for the final episode.
Thank you.
But the thing about it is, and I'm not being mean, I'm not being nasty, I'm not being ugly. The Muglass should have been gone home. The Muglass should have made it past four episodes. Because they were always in the bottom. And they just kept on. The first couple of episodes, no, the Muglass should have been gone home. They kept saving them. And then when, like the Muglass had been in the bottom like a couple of times in the beginning of the season.
Do you want to be a guest judge?
I don't care. I will.
You will be an unbiased person because you're not a part of ballroom, but yet you know everybody. You've been around. You know what to judge and what to look for. That's a great thing.
But the thing about it is that, and that's the issue that I had, because the Muglass at the beginning of the season, y'all kept giving them chance after chance. Y'all kept saving the Muglass. And then the Tishis, because when we looked at the show from the beginning, I'm just like, oh, girl, the Tishis, the Balenciagas, and the Garcon, those are the top three houses. Those are going to be the last three houses standing. And then when the Muglass kept going in the bottom, then they kept saving. And then, thank y'all, and we going to get it. Thank y'all, and we going to get it. It's like, okay. So then they come back. So then I do give it to the Muglass because the last, 5 episodes, they brought a different flavor to it. It's just like, okay, they have found their footing. They got their footing. But it's just like, they should have been gone. And it's just like, y'all would save them. But then when the Tishas have one bad performance, y'all send them home. It's like, okay, well, why y'all haven't been doing that all the time? And then the Muglass end up winning the overall thing. And it's just like, girl, it's just like, when they kept winning them challenges, getting them extra 10 points, I'm like, oh, this set up for the Muglass to win, honey. They just finna get this to the Muglass, honey. And it was the story. I think they did like American Idol. It was just like, it was his story. He lost his mom. That the one that lost his mom?
Yeah,
your son? That story.
But I will have to say, I'm going to say it because I'm a proud mommy. My son was the star of the group. And I think everybody can agree with me.
And then it was just like, but see, they kept on giving him that. But who was the other one? When Megan told them, it's like, I'm getting tired of you. The one that Simone battled, and they sent Simone home. What was that boy named that battle?
Amari.
Amari, that day, he rolled down circles around Simone. And
it was even more in person, was it not?
I said, baby, Simone is out of here. The House of Tisha is out of here.
Because we was there looking like he in it.
But then when Whatchacallit came up and said, Megan said to Amari that next week when they were in the bottom, said, y'all need to get y'all shit together because I'm tired of Amari fucking saving the house. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. Blah, 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 blah. What was that conversation like 3 episodes ago, the last 3 episodes? Because y'all kept on saving Muglass, but now y'all wants to read them. But what else we need to know that happened that we don't know? They didn't show on TV. Give us some more behind the scenes scoop. What else? Like we saw could Simone go off against the judge on the judges. Were there some contestants that got into it?
Shannon, she cussed everybody out.
From different houses?
No. I don't really think it was a lot of that. I think it was just a lot of
anybody.
I think it was just more like everybody was doing their thing. It had started to get like we were at our own gathering or something. You know, we started doing whatever we wanted to do.
The stress and frustration and the pressure started getting to everybody. I know it got to me at several times where I was like, and And that's a part of the misunderstanding that a lot of people don't understand. And sometimes you got to take yourself back. We know this by being in balls.
Yeah.
You can't, how people treat you or however they speak or whatever the case may be or whatever happened at a ball, you don't take offense to it because that's staying in competition mode. Is outside of that is how you get to know people. But it was, I think the Simone thing was the first thing that really, really, really got big. And I think that was about the biggest thing that actually just everybody was a part of. But otherwise, they tried to keep all of us separate and separated.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and people don't understand too, we didn't have a lot of practice time. We had 10 houses that we had 1 hour to practice per day. And if we was lucky, we had a second rehearsal where we was actually able to go back, but later. But at some point in time, when can you go to sleep?
Yeah,
That
because
you've
you
been
got to
up
go to
early.
sleep because you got to
gotta
get
be
up
up the next morning.
early.
So everybody did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And that's why I will always say, and I will never speak bad about any houses. Unfortunately, I will take the high road because I could say plenty of things, but I'm going to uplift everybody because everybody did a phenomenal job to even be there. Everybody had their HBO. No, because this is the truth. HBO did a wonderful job casting some houses they could have cast a little bit better. But casted every house because what they did was they made positive things and they made negative things about houses, the weaknesses and things. And so it allowed us to see that.
Yeah.
Because my strength, just because I couldn't dance, was my weakness, but I had strengthnesses in other ways that made our house magical.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody did.
We were supposed to call Jason 20 minutes ago. Jason.
Hello.
Hey, can y'all hear Jason?
Yes.
Yes.
Jason, they in here and they just talking. And I'm telling you, I got a show written down. We supposed to be talking about the different challenges each week. And then when we come up, Shannon and Stasha, they take the conversation in a whole different area. So
That's what happens when the queens come in town. They just take over. That's what they're supposed to.
Well, we wear our crowns very well.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
now, first we got to address the elephant in the room because you're no longer with the house of Prodigy.
No, I'm no longer the overall mother of the house of Prodigy. I
So
decided
now
to-
you're with the T-shirts, they say?
No, I'm not with anybody.
Well, what happened? What happened? Why you not the overall? But what happened?
Well, I think, it's just like what they talked about, or what they basically showed in the last episode of Legendary. The House of Mugler was one house at one time, and the Balenciagas, but not all the Balenciagas now, but the Balenciagas came from the House of Mugler, the House of Garcon came from the House of Mugler. It just comes a time and a point in a person's life where they want to evolve, elevate, and grow. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with, people branching off and starting their own thing. So that's exactly what I've done. I've branched off and I've started my own thing.
And you started your own house because I know you got your you wear many hats, makeup and all that different stuff. But you started your own house.
I'm starting my own house, and it's not going to be that's the biggest word that I've learned in being overall mother Prodigy. I got tired of people saying this is my. And a lot of times in ballroom, the elders of ballroom, they hold on to possession of certain things that mean so much to them that they make people feel minimized, and they make people feel like what they put in is not enough. So in starting something in my next chapter, we are going to build a house, and we are going to cultivate, and we are not only going to build ballroom, we're not going to chase it. So I'm very excited, for my next chapter, or actually not even next chapter, my next book in ballroom, and let's play ballroom. I'm ready.
Okay, and I want to apologize to you because we sent you the flyer, and the flyer had the wrong month on there, but the right date, and so you canceled your flight this morning.
Yes.
Sabotage.
I was there in person, but somebody messed up in the head of operations. But I ain't gonna call nobody out. It's all right. It's all right.
Yes, yeah. Don't call George's name out because he owns the station. But anyway, I wanted you here because Stasha's here and Shannon is here, and when you were here, you said that you felt like the Garcon should have went home before you all.
I did say that. I felt like the Garcons, when I saw the Garcons performance for Grand March, me personally, I thought it was a little bit boring. I think that Stasha and Tonka didn't do much of anything. That was just my opinion about what I saw when I was there. As time progressed, each house had a lot of things that were strong and a lot of things that weren't as strong. I do feel like a lot of the individual categories, they gagged Stasha a lot. Khalik is my son. I love Khalik to death, but I still was surprised that Stasha lost face to Khalik. I was like, wait, what just happened? But But that does happen in ballroom sometimes too. And we all know that Shannon can't dance. Shannon she got a low rhythm, but not Shannon's stronger points. Shannon's stronger in other areas than her choreography. I was just teasing her when I saw her in DC about her falling. But it's all love. I love both of my girls to death. So it ain't no shade.
Now, we've been talking about the show, and now that the show is over, what do you feel like some of the things that they can do to enhance the show to make it better?
I think that the biggest thing that I've noticed is it's not enough consistency in judging. And I said that when I was there, live in studio with you. I feel like a lot of times Law and them, they just do things and you be like, what? Like, the judging is definitely a huge room for improvement. I think that also, too, they need to do some research. The only judge I felt like that really did research on a community that was a guest judge was Uncle Clifford when he was there from P Valley, and he's the only one to me that seemed like, he knew what he was looking at. He knew what he was talking about. He gave constructive criticism, but it didn't come from a place of, like, not knowing. Also, too, Leomi is an icon in the ballroom scene. I feel like her being an icon, a pillar of the show, it needs to be better explanation into categories and what they really are. It's just it's too all over the place when it comes to the judging. And like I said on Facebook, and I'll say it again here live, that shout out and congratulations to all 50 people that was a part of this amazing opportunity. Because whether we went home first, they went home last, whatever, it was still a win-win for ballroom. And to see Stasha in Coach commercials, and to see Shannon doing her being Balenciaga t-shirts and her whole brand. Like, using this opportunity to just further all of us is, a great thing to see, because even though we're all in separate houses, we're all still family.
And the final outcome of the show, how do you feel about the final outcome of the show?
Keeping it real, when I heard the Mugleres had won, I was a little surprised, because I wanted to see, like, the battle myself. When I looked at the battle, no shade, Chachu ate Tati. The Balenciaga should have won, but,
Paola.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say Paola, but, I mean, the Balenciagas definitely, gave it their all. There were a lot of times the Balenciagas were in the bottom that I thought they were getting ready to go home, and surprise, they, won 10 extra points, or, whatever the case may have been.
And we did it fair and square.
I wasn't there. So
I was there.
No, I'm playing.
I was there.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I mean, even certain things that people were complaining about, saying, "Oh, that doesn't happen at balls." That stuff does happen at balls. Like, we have give it to your girlfriend moments. We have favoritism. We have, petty chops. Like, when.
Get yourself together.
when Tiffany chopped Honey, and then you could see that that Megan was pissed, so she chopped. So
She chopped the garçons.
It's a real thing of what happens. So
And all them kids was amazing that night for that category. That's what I didn't. People didn't get to see. Each one of them teams, they're supposed to be virgins, and them kids vote down on that stage for the group.
But honey, listen, it's just like when they put Honey, when Honey was out there, I already knew, baby, it's no battle. It is no battle. The only person that's gonna go toe to toe with Honey is the one that sent what you call him home, Simone,
Arichi,
Amari,
or Dro.
Oh, Dro.
Because Dro has been, after the show, and now I've been seeing Dro at some mini balls and stuff, and Dro has been voguing and carried on. It's like,
but Dro don't have the hit. Let me say this, and this is where the misconception with people is that Teachies are a great professional house. Mm-hmm. Like the kids in my house, they are actual ball performers. The Mugleres, they are actual ball performer walkers.
The teachers are actually ball performers. It's just that because, all of us run in different spaces in ballroom. So when we run in different spaces, a lot of times, I mean, I'm guilty of this too. If you're not in my peripheral and you're not in my clique, I don't really know who you are. But, I mean, I knew and I've seen Dro walk many of balls. I've seen Stanley from Philly. Well, he lives here now. I've seen Stanley walk, a lot of balls and do his thing at his ball. We all seen Gia. So I think that even Simone, like we all seen them. It's just that we may not have looked at them to the caliber that we look at them because we're so used to looking at the ones that we're used to looking at.
No, it's not that I'm saying that they wasn't walking. That's not what my point. My point is that they haven't they don't have the history that everybody else. Like, we already know New York, DC, Atlanta. You going to battle against some of the heavy hitters. You going to be at these big balls for these big cash. You giving, I'm that bitch. I'm going to walk. And some people don't go out there and do that. So they don't have that history and that skill set like Omari or these people that's giving, you know what, I can take on anybody. Let's roll. And so that's the difference. That's why I was going back saying HBO made a great cast for each team because they knew that there was some weaknesses and there was some positivity in the group that can just even out for all the teams that you never know who will win. You thought the Teachies will win because they great at this, but look what happened. That's supposed to be competition. That's life.
Now, one of the best battles to me was when they put y'all in the boxes, the colored boxes, and then they had the hand battle in the colored boxes.
Oh, your colleague A-Tab.
Yeah, that was the honest winner.
I didn't, right? At the time I didn't even like that because y'all and this is what came from the people that perform you, because you also got to take their opinions in consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Those boxes were too small for them to be able to really perform in. It hindered their performance. And that's something that you never want to do as a performer ever. You want to take their feelings in consideration. So I understood that, and I tried to champion for it, but the people was like, it's their show. Okay, go ahead. You're not going to get the show that you really want by doing that.
Jason,
Yes, ma'am.
did you see Shannon duck walking?
I saw Shannon duck walk, but Shannon always duck walks. That's like her move. If Shannon
Jason.
Yeah, so Toro is amazing.
Jason, you playing. Okay? You know Shannon was bouncing. She was not duck walking. Okay?
Baby.
You know she was bouncing.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. Did y'all see I got not one vote doing the duck walk? And Malik is a great performer. You can't take that. That little boy is talented boots. And I'm not mad. You see how you have to have, there's a level of style and grace that people got to start having. That sometimes you're not going to always win. You're not great at everything. Somebody might be better. And that is fine. You congratulate them and keep on moving. They did an amazing job. You can't take it from them.
Who?
The Muggle, it's just somebody else, even your opponents and stuff.
Well, Shannon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So why did you, what was your thought process behind excluding Tonka from Body? Like, did you really feel like that Tonka was going to be a threat?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I not Stasha feel that way, and did I not say it? Tonka, when I say I was getting dressed, because every freaking ball, y'all, I was naked, didn't have no clothes. I was literally waiting for them to bring my outfits in. They was flying them in and rushing them in at the last minute, trying to fit me in them and cut up and sew up and things. So my tent was right beside the productions booth, and I could hear the TV and everything was going on, but I could never watch it. And Sasha and them went on, and I heard them critiquing Tonka, like building his confidence. And I was like, when they told me what the challenge was, I said, oh no, I could easily chop Stasha, I could easily chop my son. But I said, nope, they're not my competition when it comes to the world. You got to look at it as a TV perspective. These people are not ballroom. Tonka is who they are trying to build up. It's always the underdog.
Because there's a lot of Tonkas out there.
Baby.
And they want to show the Tonkas winning.
And let me tell you how the gag partner with the beautiful circle that nobody got. And I gagged because they kept us apart and make sure that we didn't see nothing. At the end, when Stasha and Tonka walked Sex Sovereign and twerked this, I said, look at God. You see how that full circle moment and Tonka got that? Didn't I tell Tonka before he hit that stage? I said, you better go out there and motherfucking kill it. That's what I want. I like to uplift somebody else that the world may think that is not competition. I want to build them up. Tonka's a special human being, and he needs to be praised just like the rest of us.
So you didn't want production to do it. You wanted to do it.
Because they was never going to do it. We have to look out for us.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
They having the third season, and they want you to come with your new house. You going? Hello?
I'm going to say this. The experience was great. I think that we all had a lot of obstacles that was faced in front of us that we had to kind of like navigate through, COVID being the main one. Because, though we're, again, all in separate houses, we do all still have relationships with each other. It was a handicap that we couldn't get to stores and get certain things that necessities that ballroom people just are used to getting. We're used to building and creating. So a lot of things with us was kind of limited. I'm not sure how things may have transpired once we left, but from my understanding, it was still kind of the same way.
It was.
And I think that if it wasn't COVID, it would have been a different outcome with a lot of stuff. But again, it was a TV show. You know, somebody had to go home. Somebody had to win. And I ain't going to say I wouldn't do it again, but knowing what I know now, it would be a different situation.
And who are some of the people that you would like to see as guest judges?
Guest judges. I would love to see Jack come from behind the producer aspect and Jack to be a judge. I just want more credible ballroom people to be judging. And it doesn't have to be a legend or an icon, even if it's a strong statement, because it's about bridging the gap too. And like, you know, creating spaces for the younger generation outside of us, because that's the one big issue that we have not done successfully in ballroom. We don't bridge generation gaps. So I think that, you know, allowing a statement or a legend or somebody younger to be a guest judge to give their critique from how they see it, but, you know, somebody that knows ballroom would be a nice thing to see too. But celebrity-wise, I'm just so tired of some of them celebrities because they don't know nothing about our community. They know nothing about it from, you know, what one of their little gay friends that may know someone that goes to a ball knows. They don't know shit. And I just hope that, you know, now that the show is over, I would like to see Law at more balls. I would like to see Megan at balls. You know, I would like to see them, Jamila at balls. She did come to Alpha and Omega, the Me and Caesar's ball back in February. Nobody just knew who she was. But I would like to see them more involved with the community, you know, outside of just judging us on some television show.
All right. Well, I have Stasha and Shannon here. You have any words you want to say to Stasha and Shannon?
I love Stasha. That's my baby, and I love Shannon. You know, even though she failed, that's still my girl.
What did you just say?
Even though you fail.
But my crown didn't.
Stasha, you got some words for Jacen?
I mean, you know, I don't have anything like crazy, but I do know when he made the statement about we should have went home, I was like, did Jacen say what? He said what? I remember backstage, he was backstage and he said, "Was y'all going slow?" And I was like, "No, honey." I said, "That was a TV." He was like, "It just seemed like y'all was moving slow or something." I was like, "Okay, Grand March, they ask you what your theme is. Whatever your theme is, that's what you have to display for your Grand March." We were love, sex, and play. So we were sexy. And the camera took out a lot of stuff with me and Tonka doing old way hand performances. So they didn't show all of that. They took that part out and put the camera on them dancing on the floor. So there was a lot of different things. I know how to tell a story in a performance. I've been doing it for a long time, you know. So yes, I'm a showgirl. So I know how to tell a story, and I know how to make things look beautiful and eye-catching. And that's what we did. We brought love, sex, and play. It was sexy, and that's why they was like, oh, this was really sexy. It was hot. And we had French being spoken in the background about music. Like, what better way to open up your Grand March with love, sex, and play? Come on. Everybody else was pop, dipping, and spinning and falling on the floor.
Can I say something to Miss Sophia real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this. I want to commend the Garcons overall as a team, because the Garcons was kind of handicapped. Like, they had a whole runway squad. And outside of Savion does know how to Vogue, but for all of them to be a runway squad and to watch Milan and Egypt week after week, like, Vogue and, like, push themselves and elevate themselves, like, it was good to see that, because nobody thought that the Garcons, knowing what they gave, the individual give in ballroom being a runway house, would be like, oh, damn, the Garcons are still there? It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, baby, because I'm a pageant producer. I'm a pageant producer, baby. I can produce it, okay?
It's a commendable thing for all the girls.
Listen, baby, I am I can produce it, baby, and we produce that, okay?
She was late to practice, Sophia. You want the real tea? Every single time I would go there and Stasha was late, I would ask that kids, y'all need something?
She did not. No, she didn't.
Tonka, didn't I? I was like, where y'all mother at? Oh, she
coming.
late.
They knew I was coming. Okay, they know the queen was coming. The queen was coming around the corner. She'll be coming soon, but she has to take care of all her other business, and she had to work on Bigo.
And she had to send us our money.
Yeah,
But
and
you
I
know-
had to deal with these people back here in Atlanta with the Monday night show, the Sunday show. I'm sending them their money. They texting me in groups. They're having problems. They're having issues. Who's the guest and who's the and then, King was driving me crazy. It was just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I was just a mental break. I was going through it.
But you know what was commendable as well? And that's what the show should have highlighted a little bit more. The breakout stars of the show were runway girls.
We did, Milan.
The runway girls was slaying that competition better than some of the voters and performers. And they should have highlighted those kids. I wish that, and that's something that should have been highlighted on the show too. They should have introduced us to the world for our perspective categories in ballroom, so that people can understand who and what we are and what we do. That's one element they actually missed the ball on.
And that's why in the beginning when I remember Law had said he was saying something like a legend or something. And I was like, icon.
He said, "You're a legend." You said, "You're an icon."
I said icon, and then Deshaun was like, "No, she's an icon."
Because Stasha, you see, that's why she a bitch, y'all. She came for me in her music. Did y'all see it? This is exclusive. She said, "I'm the only icon face on this stage, bitch. I'm a Hall of Famer. Know your place." She was trying to come for me.
That had nothing to do. Y'all don't believe that, because that was not for her. That had nothing to do with that lady. That had nothing to do with Shannon. I was not thinking about
I
Shannon
didn't see
on
it until
that.
y'all saw it. And everybody hit my phone. I was giving it, Stasha coming for you.
Child, why would I be coming for you?
I know you
And
did.
that was not even accurate at all. Like, I had no idea. That was for something and somebody else, darling. Okay.
Shannon thinks she'll sing. Shannon thinks she'll sing. She keep on touching
Holding the mic like she really singing. Like, she is grabbing the mic like she singing a note. But no, that was not for Shannon. It had nothing to do with Shannon. Just because I'm an icon. I'm proud of the work I put into the community. So I haven't been a part of ballroom in such a long time, and for me to come back into that position. Oh, what is you doing, baby?
He get on the train.
Oh, well, you should mute your phone over there, baby. I mean, but it had so that had nothing to do with Shannon at all. Like, I was doing that for another reason, because in the beginning of the show, somebody was calling me a legend, and I was like, they need to learn the what's going on in the community before you start to speak, because you calling me a legend. I'm not, baby. I'm an icon and Hall of Famer. So I put that in my music for that reason.
Isn't it safe to say though, we are legends for a category, but when you become an icon, you are an overall ballroom icon. Like, we're not iconic for a category.
Yes,
We're
icon.
legends. And what we do in the community transcends beyond being legendary for a category.
Yes.
So that would be right. We are legends, but we are ballroom icons.
Yeah, so we're talking about ballroom. I'm an icon. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know these things, and that's what I felt like somebody didn't know. So I addressed it, and I said it. And then Deshaun said it too. He was like, no, she's an icon. And you have to respect that. When you put the work in and when you've done that, I've traveled. I've spent a lot of money traveling the world, participating in balls. So if I'm an icon, you're going to respect me as an icon. Which one?
Legendary and icon?
It's kind of like
Your time and
it's
your
kinda like-
energy and your effects on the scene.
Yeah.
And to make it more simpler, I think you could just say that it's just like she's Miss Gay USA, and you calling her, say, oh, she's Miss Georgia.
Yeah,
it's like, no,
basically.
honey, I'm not Miss Georgia. I am Miss USA.
Yeah, I'm Miss USA. Like, if I'm like, say for instance, like I'm Miss Continental, and they say, oh, she's Miss Georgia Continental. No, honey, I'm Miss Continental. I'm all reign supreme over all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Georgia was the prelim that
like,
got me to the pageant, but now I am the national title holder.
Yeah.
So it's just
Or
like,
for the people who don't know all the, it'd be like if somebody saying you're Doja Cat versus you're Janet Jackson, or you're Cher. You see, you don't put those two on the same pedestal, because one has a history and a career longer than the other.
What were you saying, Jacen?
I said, well, at this point, me and Stasha are Hall of Famers, so we're beyond icon status. I mean, we're Hall of Famers. If you remove both of us out of ballroom, then the ballroom would definitely look differently. So even in elevation of that, I heard what you just said, and I agree, but I disagree, Shannon, in regards to like somebody like Cher and like Janet. I think that people have to understand that when you do reach a certain status, no, you're not. You are peers with the individual. They may have done a little bit more, been a little bit more, longer out than you have, but you're definitely sitting at the table. I think that that's the biggest problem that we have in ballroom. That's another conversation for another day. That once people arrive to the table, they want to start building all these different things and say that you're not a part of the table when you are. You just are. They may be at the head of the table, you're at the end of the table. Either way, y'all still at the table.
Yeah. No, that's not. I don't want to say that. That's not the context that I was putting that in. Why I put Doja Cat. She just came to the table. She's a newbie. She has to work where these women was newbies at one time, but they worked and put their respect and honor into the scene. Into their craft. So that's why you put them at the top. That's just real life. That's just how it will always be. It's nothing bad about that, but that's how you will put people on a pedestal. It's like pay grade. You got a president of a corporation, a CEO, and you got somebody that's an intern.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring this show together. I wanted you all to be here in the studio because I wanted to show people that although you all were competing in a competition show, that there is life after the show, and you guys, you and girls, y'all sit down and y'all still, respect one another.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we should not have went home the first episode, Jacen.
And I should not have failed, Jacen. I think that y'all did that to me.
And Jacen, you should not have been.
Y'all left that spirit on that stage, giving fall.
Now who that stepped on your train?
Not true. That is not true.
I'm messing with you.
Which one of your house members stepped on your train?
I did.
Honey.
No,
Honey.
I did.
No, honey did.
I failed. It was my fault. I was the captain
now
of that
I'm gonna
ship,
do.
and I
Hey,
sank.
ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's in my comments, go watch that episode, the very first Grand March, and y'all go ahead and start screenshotting who stepped on Shannon's dress and start tagging me in it, and I'm gonna repost it.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna say this. So we want to clarify something because y'all made my son upset and stuff.
Which
Diego.
one?
He was like, the Muglers was amazing. I have to say they was amazing. And
Yeah.
congratulations to them for winning the
You said,
$100,000.
don't say y'all. I ain't saying nothing about the Mugleres.
You didn't like them?
No, I didn't say nothing about them. I ain't saying nothing
No,
about them.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
Who you talking about?
Miss Sophia.
They
he
wanna
was
come up
upset.
here.
You hurt my baby. He want to come. You want to
They
come?
want to come
you
up
want
here.
to come?
Where he live? Is he in Atlanta?
He in New York.
He in New York.
He want to come up here. He come up here.
So you talking and banter back and forth.
It's a chop for me.
Why you didn't like it, Sophia?
I'm topping him for being on my show. It's a chop. No,
Why?
I'm just kidding. They could all five of them could come up here. The house of
Y'all want to come to the winning house and me come and be.
They say it's honey, no questions asked. It's honey.
But listen, this is the I had a question for y'all. The question that I think I asked this question before. Y'all told me he was working behind the scenes. Y'all can correct me if this is not true.
Who?
Why Andre Mizrahi don't have a hand in the show? He's, like ballroom history.
I mean, I don't know.
That's something that you're gonna have to direct towards Jack.
I don't know.
Maybe Jack can answer that. That's above my pay grade.
Jacen?
It's not my ministry.
I don't have a comment about anything that doesn't concern me.
Okay, because that's not my ministry. I have nothing to do with any of those things. I don't know anything. All I know is that Stasha Sanchez, honey, she is.
Can I also say this, though? I hope that, us in ballroom, though, again, being on the show was amazing. I love the experience. It's so many of us in the ballroom scene that we can produce our own show and, it doesn't have to per se be competition driven, but it's time that we produce our own stuff, buy our own stuff. And it's just, hopefully, people now don't mind stepping to the forefront to kind of do that, because I think that that's something that we definitely need.
Now, Jacen, that sounds good, but it's going to be hard to get Shannon to come up off some of that $17 million to produce that show.
Well, no, this is how you make it fair and even all the way around is that you make it house things. So every house signs contracts.
And they have
so
to
it's
come
not
up
an
with
individual person, it's entities. See,
Sound
I
like-
know how to make things fair for everybody.
Jacen, I hate you wasn't in here today because these two have been carrying on. And from the conversation that we have had for the last 3 hours, I'm telling y'all right now, Shannon already has a game plan. Shannon already has a game plan. She is finna come out with some show.
Shannon, listen, I'm telling y'all, look out for Shannon. Shannon is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, honey.
No.
And Mama has been plotting up over there for a very long time.
Yeah, and
okay?
she has been here all day throwing warning shots to Legendary, but she has not revealed her total plan. But trust me, we get ready to see some of that $17 million.
I'm broke.
No, ma'am.
And just know that I will never spend my money to do anything. Sweetie,
know.
one thing about business is you spend somebody else's.
There you go.
What kind of car you drive?
A Hyundai. What did I say on TV? All the luxury car makers, please call me.
So you got one of them? Bentley, Maserati, anybody?
No, I don't have any of those things because I don't pay for the maintenance on that stuff.
Oh, they gonna call
See,
you.
all that stuff all that materialistic stuff like that that's not my. I love a good car, trust me, a good luxury car. But if I'm gotta pay for it, I don't want it because people don't understand that. People always want what somebody else wants. They have, but they don't know the struggle that you have to go through and the maintenance for it. No, they can have that. All I need to do is look good every time I step out the door. That's my passion.
And you look good, sister.
And that remind me
She
of this
crazy,
meme. I saw a meme, on social media the other day. It says, congratulations. When people tell you congratulations, it's just like being pregnant. A lot of people want to congratulate you, but they don't know how many times you've been effed.
Oh, wow.
And that's crazy because for you, like you even saying that, like when people still congratulate me on Continental, but nobody really knows the work that I had put into it to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
But this has been a wonderful, amazing show. Jason, I hate you wasn't in the studio, but we still gonna make it happen because there's a lot that we didn't get to discuss. But I want to give a shout out to our CEO George Dacre because we have went totally against the program today. I haven't played no commercials and 5 songs.
Oh.
And he probably enjoyed every bit of this tea. You got an exclusive.
We appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome, Jason. Any final words?
I love all the girls and all the girls are kind.
But Jason, I just want to ask you this before you get off the phone. You remember when I had set the girls down back in the day when I was walking Sex Siren? And Stasha entire house tried to jump on me one time when I had beat her.
Oh my God.
She cussed you out?
She cussed you out?
Stasha.
Listen, and if my entire house tried to fight her, that mean that was the Muglears, because during that time I was mother. Okay?
Stasha.
You was an Ebony.
I've never been an Ebony.
Stasha. Stasha.
I've never been in.
Stasha.
Oh, you tried. She tried to pull my routine on me. You got dirty something. Okay.
That's what Stasha was doing to her earlier. Shannon. All right, Jason. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Talk to y'all later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Jason.
Well, look at this, y'all. Now we'll talk about it later. I want to send a shout out and some love to my kitties.
Go ahead.
Jupiter, Cha-Cha, Khalik, Honey, because they are amazing, talented kids. And it was an honor for me to be a part of that with them, to learn them, to understand them, to see their work ethic. And I'm so proud of them, and I know the house is. And I'm also want to shout out to all the house kids and everybody, the parents and stuff, because everybody did such an amazing job. Regardless of how you felt or the competition-wise and all that, put that to the side. Everybody was amazing.
Okay. Feta?
I would like to just say, of course, to my lovely, lovely babies, the Garcons, Savion, Tonka, Milan, Egypt. They were amazing. And like Jason said earlier, we went into the competition as Big Boys runway, European runway, and up in a Drags runway, and Sex Siren and Body and Faith. So us going into the competition and delivering the way that we delivered, that speaks volume. It speaks a lot and it says a lot. So shout out to the House of Garcon. And you can catch us this weekend in Dallas, Texas, and we will be hitting the stage, darling, showcasing what the queen do on a regular, and that's travel the country and travel the world and make lots and lots of money.
She booked.
And also you can catch me, in NY Mag, the Cut magazine. You can read my article. Go over there and read that article over there, NY Mag, the Cut. Yes, and Season 2, legendary. You catch us at Traffic every Sunday and Monday Stars of the Century.
And go buy some Coach.
Definitely go back. Oh, they sold it. They selling out of Coach. They selling out of Coach, baby. So we doing the thing. We doing the thing. As God is good. He always open doors for those that wait.
I'm more than welcome to sell Stasha's private collection of Coach at a premium price.
Oh my God. She's still hustling, y'all. She's still hustling.
E.O. Lou says sending
I'll
love
get it
from
personally signed.
E.O. Lou says sending love from London, England. Love Mother Stasha and Mother Shannon on the
Love
show.
you too, baby. Love you, love you, love you.
All right, thank you, ladies. I've enjoyed you. I love you. God bless you. Be blessed. Be a blessing. But more importantly, always be yourself, because no one else could be you but you. They can only be a carbon copy of you, but a carbon copy is never better than the original. And you all are originals, okay?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I got to get out
Now
of here.
say congratulations to the House of Mugler for winning.
Congratulations to the House of Mugler for winning. I look forward to
Yes.
having you all in the studio so we can sit down and chop it up.
Yes.
Not chop, but chop it up.
Chop it up,
House
baby.
of Mugler. Now, anybody that was on the show with the House of Mugler, are they in Atlanta?
No, they all in New York.
They're in New
All
York.
in New York.
Yeah.
So I need all of them to fly in. Well, maybe we'll just have them on the show during Pride Month. I know they'll all be here for Labor Day weekend.
That's
They
I
might.
told her he did
Who
say
knows?
he was coming Labor Day weekend. So, because I was
But
gonna-
they want to get in.
I was trying to
I'll
do
get my
I was trying to do something like at the show, like where the August and the
Oh, y'all want to see us perform
the Muglers
together?
perform at the Monday night show. But Arturo said he's not coming to Labor Day, and I won't be here that Monday because I'm leaving for Chicago.
Oh, Continental.
Yeah, and that would have been dope, like just to have you guys come in and showcase, do your thing.
Whenever they're going to be in town, just let me know. Seriously, they can come up here. The doors are always open to all of the houses, even the Arichis. What is it?
That's something that I wish they would have done as well. I think that they could do a season where you come in with houses and groups, and then you just throw it up in the air, and you have the house parents pick a team from all the people that's there. You do a drawing, and then that becomes the team, and then another ball you just switch back or something. It just makes it hot to
Make it
do
fun.
that.
She throwing her ideas out there to see how y'all like them. She already got the plan in the works. All right, everybody. And as always, it's 6 o'clock on the dot. We play no music, no commercial, and we
We've
got to
been
get
talking.
ready.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, we got to get out of here, honey, because the DJ Baker be here. But I want to let you know that Club Chit Chat has been brought to you by iCode Academy. And you resolved to start a new career this year, but you haven't done it yet. Well, iCode Academy can set you on a path to a life-changing education, all online from the comforts of wherever you are. In 9 months, you could be a certified medical coding expert and earn up to $60,000 a year. Why don't you give iCode Academy a call at 866-553-2928. That's 866-553-2928. Or go to iCoachacademy.org. That's iCoach with an S, academy.org. All right, got to get out of here and make way for DJ Baker. DJ Baker's coming to give it to you live and uncensored. All of the hot R&B artists and hip-hop artists in the LGBTQI plus community, live and uncensored. And as always, you guys, thanks, Stasha.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you so much.
Thank Jacen. And King. Thank you, King. King sitting over here in the cut. Y'all don't see him, but thank you, George.
Thank you, George, for having us.
Thank you, George.
The second time us coming up here, so I appreciate you for
We
that.
hope we gave you everything that
That
you
you needed.
desired and needed and wanted.
And we hope that it's very entertaining for your lovely pleasure, darling. We hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Quiet Storm.
Work!
Where The Quiet Storm with me and Shannon, honey, we have talked about it, we spoke about it, and we do about it.
The Quiet Storm is before my generation. I wouldn't know nothing about that.
You know what? I'm sick of her, okay? I'm sick of
She
her.
crazy, y'all. Stasha.
Yes, baby.
Stasha.
Yes. Shannon,
Stasha.
Shannon,
You crazy.
Shannon,
Stop cussing the people
Shannon,
out, Stasha.
Shannon, Shannon,
You to cuss Sophia out on
Shannon.
the commercial
Shannon.
breaks and stuff.
Shannon,
Stop.
Shannon, Shannon.
We love you, girl.
Shannon.